Hey, I'm going to take you into the intro. Hopefully, it'll play right. And I'll be right back at you. There it is. Hopefully, it plays right. Keep my fingers crossed. It's sounding choppy. I gotta wait for chat to catch up. Yeah, very choppy. Great. That means the videos won't play again. Thank you, StreamYard. I so appreciate that. Let me see if me reloading it did anything. Let me know. I'll just shut the intro off. Uh, I'm so over it. I keep forgetting to just do restream because I'm so used to StreamYard. And they already billed me for the 30 days, so oh, it's like what the hell. But let me know. I am Mercy. It's still awful. All right. I'm just gonna shut it down. I'm not even gonna play it. I have no idea what's going on. It's not on my end because everything's good here. I checked everything before I went live. So, and as I hit the go live button. I checked my settings. I checked. My internet is super good. So, yeah, I am switching Mercy. I just, in all honesty, I forget because I guess I canceled too late, and I got billed anyway for the 30 days. So I figure I might as well use what I've already paid for. But for it to play videos like that, that's okay. I'll skip it. But in all honesty, I do forget. So what I'm going to do is just going to remove the StreamYard thing and just leave the restream there. Then I'll have no choice. I don't know why I can't remember. I don't think about it really. I'm so used to just clicking StreamYard. But it's not, the little bit in price that happens. I can, you deal with it or you don't. That's not the issue for me. The issue is StreamYard just has too many glitches. And I don't know if it has anything to do with it changing hands, but it has really just went down. And it does glitch a lot, not just for me, for a lot of people. It glitches with YouTube. They're just not working hand in hand correctly, apparently. I don't know. But, and like I said, I like restreams. They got a little bit better. I don't know. I mean, they both have their things. So it's really whatever you're more comfortable with using, whatever you like. I quit using Restream because it was doing what StreamYards is doing. The videos, no matter what, no matter if I streamed them directly from YouTube or I recorded them and streamed them that way, it didn't matter. So I never did get back with tech support. They did reach out and I never did get back with them. I just stayed with StreamYard. It did, Mr. During Night, it did. So, and then I've used it a few times in the last month, and it's worked great. I'm not sure how it is having people up on panel with Restream. I'm sure I would guess it's the same way as StreamYard. I don't know, but I'm going to say hi to everybody. And thank you guys for coming in. I know it's Friday. I'm exhausted still from last night. Gosh, I walked so much. Total point, the old hips were hurting. Oh my God, I got the crap scared out of me. There was this house of clowns, and the one sitting on the bench, I'm telling you, I looked at that thing close up. There's no way that thing was real. I mean, we all checked it out. Oh, hell yeah, it was real. It was a real person. Scared the crap out of me, got me from behind. Yep. It was funny though. Then this one house had this tent, and they had all that dry ice smoke, the fog coming out. There was this dude in there with this big bloody knife, and the candy cauldron was full of ick. And then they had this little one with, well, a kid, a teenager, in a costume like Jason with the chainsaw. It was good. Well, maybe not Jason, but it was good. My daughter was so scared she stuck at Daddy, and she would not leave Daddy. She was not leaving him aside. But her headpiece never came until it was here once we got home. It was supposed to be here by 3 o'clock. It was supposed to actually have been here the day before by 3 o'clock. They delayed it 24 hours. It never showed up by 3 o'clock. We got home at, I think, 8:30, 9 o'clock, and it was here. Too late. Thank goodness I was able to. I remembered we have some costumes still hanging in the closet, in the back of the closet. And one she never wore, her vampire minion. She loves the minions. So she was a minion, and she looked really cute. Mommy Kathy got to save the day. She was heartbroken now. But thank you, Amazon. You suck. But it worked out, and she looked good. They got so much fucking candy. Unbelievable. In a couple of the houses that we go to, they have tables set up with tents, and they'll have all this stuff. They'll have a table of goodies and then a table of all these little gadgets that kids like. And they'll have, 6 or 7 containers on the table full of stuff. And they have the kids take one out of everything. Well, we hit them towards the end of the night. Oh my gosh, they were throwing all kind of stuff in my kids. I was like, oh no, that's enough. Thank you. That's enough. We got a proper grip hard. Are we in trouble? What's a proper grip? Tell me, Cash. I love seeing you in chat, Cash. Hey, Patty. Good to see you. Hey, Nana's love. Hey, Catherine. Hey, KCG. You're okay? You're not feeling good? You get some rest. You need to feel better. Hey, Story Night. Good to see you. Catherine, Hindsight, Shauna, Miss Brittany, Marcy, Petto Dean, one of my fave names. Hey, Casual Art. Darby C's in the house. Hey, Mona Lisa. Good to see you. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Chai. I probably say your name wrong. And we got royalty in the house right now. The Emperor of Light Wisdom Friendships, Aries, is in the house. Show respect. I love that name. Let the flames dance in my eyes, a reflection of the power that burns within. A dragon's wrath is a force to be reckoned with. Yes, it is. Hey, gotcha. Hey, Nevada gal. Hey, Peanut Shell. Love the name. You guys and your names, you just get me. BHB has truly lost our mind. Yeah, we're going to look at a little bit from BHB. Got a couple things I want to look at. We never did get to go over that short uh, video of MMO where, since she made that video, Brittany has accused me of bullying her and talking about her ears. I have no fucking idea what she's talking about. I never, excuse my language, I never talked about that woman's ears. I've never even noticed her ears. I was talking about what she was doing or reading. There was actual people that know cards in the chat. You know? I was like, okay. And B. Kim seemed very knowledgeable about, a lot more than me about the tarot card situation. I mean, I don't know. 38's a good age. Downhill after 40. uh, I spent half the days at tying garland to Christmas trees. The cats were already on them. Oh boy, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, my wee stuffy, this cat was so inbred, and I rescued her. She was like not even a week or two. But she always stayed little. She never weighed more than 7, 8 pounds. She was just tiny. And well, I called her wee stuffy. And then I had Turbo, who was half Mancoon. He was huge. Poor wee stuffy looked like a little ant around him. But those two they were best buds. Never ever fought, ever. But they got in trouble together. And they would attack the Christmas trees and the decorate. I used to wrap garland and lights coming down the stairs, down around the stairwell, the stair railing and stuff in my old house. Oh no, I quit doing that because they would have themselves so much fun. I used to do the doorways. Oh my, yeah, yeah, no, I had, yeah, things had to be adjusted. They climbed the trees. Yeah, they would climb the trees. Dookie has. Duke's knocked over my Christmas tree. Thank gosh there was nothing on it. We had just gotten it in the stand, and we know with animals, hook your tree because it's not staying up there. Okay, my nope, not with mine. No. That train goes around. Duke thinks that toy's for him. He's under there attacking that dang train as it goes around the tracks. And if there's both of them running, oh no, he's got. Mm-mm. So yeah, we secured that tree. Well, we were just getting it up and stuff, getting it straight and everything. Yeah, and he jumped on it to climb it. And like I said, it wasn't secure yet. We had just put it in the stand, hadn't even tightened the stand, adjusted the stand. It went right down with him. Yeah. One time, my mother-in-law brought a tree home. They would go up on Uncle Jim's mountain because he owned a good chunk of the mountain, and they would top a tree. They would get the most beautiful Christmas trees. I wouldn't have climbed up there. They're nuts. Um, but and they would get huge because she had huge, high ceilings. She could put a huge tree in her formal living room, and then she would have a small tree down in the family room, um, a smaller tree. And she would have a tree in the dining room, and she would have a small tree in the bathroom. She had a tree every damn where. Sorry, interruption. Anyway, oh, um, so they got this big tree. It was so full, and it had the big thick branches, a lot of them, so you could hang your heavier ornaments. There was a damn squirrel in this Christmas tree, a small one. Yep. Oh, I'm sorry, not a squirrel, chipmunk. Let me get that right. It was a chipmunk. We don't have chipmunks in Florida. I miss them. They're little things. They're little, but they're cute. Chipmunks are really cute, but destructive, just like squirrels. But chipmunks are cute. Yep, there was a chipmunk in the damn Christmas tree. Got out in the living room. Oh, what a nightmare that was. My mother-in-law's been a glass collector her whole entire life, and her mother before her, and the stuff passed down, and she was an avid buyer. She bought a lot. She could have had a Fenton museum. It was that much. I mean, it was a lot. Try catching that chipmunk bouncing off them shelves with all that glass. Some of them pieces of glass were worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars because they were one of a kind or the first in a series of 10 or something like that. Yeah, it was crazy. I laughed my ass off. I was so stoned. I laughed my ass off. I was young. I was in my early 20s. Hey, Kenna, good to see you. Okay, y'all know zip ties and Velcro. I tied a tree to the walls. My tuxedo likes to climb to the top and look around. Oh, I feel you. I know. Yeah, I get it. My son dressed up like a devil, and my daughter dressed up as an angel. We went to trunk or treat, and the kids wouldn't take candy from my son. Oh, my daughter has a cute an angel costume with the big wings, but she'd wore that last year. She didn't want to wear it or wore it to school, and she wore it. But anyway, she keeps her costumes. Her costumes they stay nice because but they use them for dress up. They like to because all her princess Disney dresses, she had a whole trunk full of them. Most of them she outgrew, but then she has the really nice ones that I bought her for costumes, and like the Belle. She has Belle. She has Frozen 1 and 2. She also has Elsa's sister. Um, that she can still fit into. But they play dress up with them. They'll play like I told you the handcuffs would be broken 5 minutes, 3.5. But they were for a costume. They're flimsy, and I'm really glad they are. Pitch them, but that happened to retreat because they fell. What the oh you can trunk or treat. People will decorate their trunks. They're open up their trunks and they'll decorate their trunks and they'll hand out candy to kids and you go and look at the trunks. It's called trunk or treat. We went to a couple of them. Hey, Manic Mama, how are you? My daughter always wanted to be a princess, so I got her costumes at Disney store. Ooh, I bet those were nice. I listen. A lot of times, I don't mean if I miss anybody in chats. Please know I'm not being rude because I'm one of the people that like to say hi to everybody. I know some people don't like that, but screw you. That's who I am. I don't give two shits. Um, if that's what you think you're going to use against me, oh God, please. Okay. Um, didn't know there was anything bad or disrespectful about saying hi to people, but okay. Um, but a lot of times I'm listening, but I'm not watching chat, or I'll sit my I'm doing stuff through the house, so I'll walk around and my phone will be in another room. So I'm not ignoring anybody. I just really honestly didn't see it. And there's a lot I missed. So I do have appointments and stuff and have to leave. Stop dry baking or what? I'm dry baking? I didn't even set one of them goal things. I did that once. I did that the other day. That's some new feature YouTube has where we can set a goal for supers and memberships. And get wet. Hey Juno. Hey the Ordaham dog. So Betty's been having a whole bunch to say. And she can deny all she wants, but Betty's worried. And she should be. I would be. I mean, by rights, she should be. I don't want to see her go to jail. I don't want to see anybody go to jail. I wouldn't want to go to jail. But then you got to look at it. She won't stop. And if a judge tells you to do something, by God, you best do it. This is not worth what she thinks she's getting out of it. And I know she was interviewing. That's the reason they went to North Carolina. People know other reason. Betty don't care about that case. Olivia somehow got her involved. But there was cameras. There was an interview for her. Hey, Kathy S. That's why. That's all it's about for her. She spread misinformation right out the gate. I don't live in that town, that county. I don't know what's going on. It's horrible. I do think the parents are being exploited and manipulated. Yes, there may be county issues, but the evidence, the experts that are going to reconstruct the scene or may have, that's not going to lie. So far, from what I've seen, it does appear to have been an accident. I'm no expert. I wasn't there. I don't know if these so-called witnesses are truthful, mistaken, because it is a very traumatic thing to see happen or to be a part of in any way. I don't know. And that's what she should be saying. But she's not. In fact, far from it. And you know that we reviewed it. Yeah, everybody coming in, please hit that like. You know that YouTube thing? But you could tell there was somebody. You could see the photographer filming. That was most likely from some news because you could tell by the camera. And she claims she was interviewed. That do your research on her before you put her in front of your audience as some advocate for these cases. She didn't care two shits about this case. She's never mentioned this case. before you're going to put her on as someone who fights for these families and victims, you should know what she's about and what she really does. Because it's not old stuff. It's new. It's current. It's every day. That he just showed. Yeah, because they were nice and peaceful till they got there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is gut wrenching. Accidents are sometimes just that. Yeah. Like I said the other night, I wanted to hug that dad. I just wanted to hold him. And I'm not a hugger, but I felt so bad for him because I do believe he's being misled. There may very well be issues in that county. There's been reports. I don't, you know, I just don't think that with this vehicle accident, and you know what, if they do discover that it wasn't an accident, then they need to handle it accordingly, and there does need to be upgraded charges. I just don't think that's it. I think they charged him with what they could, and they're going to have a hard time with that because if he really thought he hit an animal, his windows were overly tinted. Granted, he left the scene; he should not have done that. Um, but he did think he hit an animal, and you do leave when you hit a deer. So if he really truly did that, and he really truly thought it was a deer, then that's not a crime to leave. And he came right back. I don't know. Like I said, what I've seen about it so far, if there's other stuff, I'm sure it'll come out. He's young and got scared. Yeah, and if he didn't even, and if he really truly thought he hit an animal, you don't call 911 when if you hit a deer. Oh wow, Cashwart, I'm glad he came out. Okay, but we're gonna listen. Or do you guys know? And I'm not for this because they did the same thing to John Yates, and I'm sure it's been done to several other people with these petitions. But do you all know there was a petition to get Betty off YouTube? I have it. Wait a minute. I would never. I don't think it's appropriate to do this. But she's done so much to so many. I don't know, even know who put it up because it says private. It says change.org. Nowhere else on it. Demand removal of Andra Griffin, aka Bullhornbetty, from YouTube. Signed the petition. There's 65 verified signatures on the petition, and then it lists the issues, and it says that the petitioner is private, and it has her mugshots, and it goes on to it says Andra Griffin, also known as Bullhornbetty, has been manipulating public sentiment for her gain by exploiting the names of missing children, often reaching levels of harassment. She encourages her audience to partake in this disrespectful behavior. She asks her subscribers to purchase items from her Amazon wish list, typically cameras, lenses, and night vision gear for her searching, and even asks for money to cover travel and court expenses. The fact that she blocks anyone who questions her creates a sort of echo chamber, facilitating manipulative narratives. She is a self proclaimed know it all from Florida who claims she advocates for children across the country. She has no children of her own and has a well known rap sheet with the law. Okay, they spelled rap sheet wrong. They spelled it W. Yeah. Anyway, This unsurpassed level of unprofessionalism and greed is distressing. Grifting and harassment have no place in our society, and it is even more shameful when it involves the misfortune of missing children. Do you guys want me? I don't. Do you want me to put this on? I don't. I'll just read it. I don't know if it's a good idea to put this on screen. This is not something I would do. I don't. I don't know. I'm not. And come on, change.org petitions don't do shit anyway. Oh, Cash was joking, Britt, but you know who always says it. We are calling on the appropriate authorities and platforms such as YouTube, Facebook, etc., to take note of this gross misuse and take appropriate action. We must take a stand against her exploitative practices and ensure that our platforms are not used to aid such unscrupulous acts. It is crucial that we lend our voice to this cause to ensure that no child or family in distress is further traumatized. Please add your signature to this petition and demand the removal of Bullhornbetty. And it says private person petition starter. It's a private person. And there's comments. Bullhornbetty is a danger to victims and their families. They destroy cases. Please help stop this tragedy, vulture on social media. Bullhornbetty victimizes families during tragedies. She is not a journalist or victim's advocate. She stalks, harasses, and slanders parents of missing children for money. What if a tragedy happened to your family and Bullhorn did this to you? She needs to be stopped. There's a lot of comments. What do y'all think? Yeah, you can't. And anytime there's legal involved, get my tablet, baby. Will you please get my tablet for me? Will you get my tablet, please? Thank you. I'll show you guys. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I don't want nobody to try. I don't even know if this thing's for real. It was started a month ago. Oh, 2 months ago. Well, there's.
Can we eat the fun dip?
Yes, you. Is it 7 o'clock? Yes, you may.
I'm
I'm not making a mess with that in my living room. Fair enough deal. Just use them little plates. Sorry. My kids are sweet. I'm just so proud of them. They had such a great day in school today. I love when they came. They usually do come home really happy, but they were just extremely happy because it's Friday and they seem to have a really great day. I never sign online petitions. No, making a mess. You're right. Them fun dips are. Look, my girl is sweet. I love her to death. She's my eye, but she's my messy. Okay, and she can make a mess with anything. And a fun dip is nothing but sugar powder, and that would be everywhere. Hey, Thor. Hey, Ange. Look out, there's a raid. Yeah, I was interesting about this petition. I didn't even know it existed, so it should give you the date when it was started, right? But I know comments go back 2 months. But yeah. And there's even a button for media inquiries. Okay. All right. I guess. I don't know. I'll show it. I'll show it. Just nobody try to go and please don't. And another thing, I seen where you know GoFundMe's are being shut down and shit and being reported. No, man, no. Now look, SF, he's got his own reasons, which are his reasons. I mean, let's be honest. She went after his career. She filed false complaints against his PI license, trying to get him in trouble, trying to get him, So he has his own things, but I, I, I would never. I don't want to. I'm just. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about because I'm not reporting nobody's GoFundMe, and I hope nobody else is. But like I said, his situation is totally different. She literally went after his livelihood, his businesses, and she lied about him allegedly, and that could have, caused. Hey, beautiful disaster. Hey, Meg. Hey, everybody coming in. Ooh, ooh, Ange Carter, member for 6 months. Yay! Thank you, Ange. Hey, Black Sheep. Hey, CRR. A new living room carpet? Oh, Lord, you're going to have them making 3 lives about that, Cash. Did you hear her mods were in? Hey, Naomi. Her mods were in her chat begging for money for a new living room carpet for her. I can hear it now. But I'm going to say this. This is the last time I'm going to address this specific issue. But let's look at Betty's petition first. Here it is, demand a removal. And I'm not Xing out her name no more. She uses her own name. But it's a real thing. There it is. There's the mugshot pictures used. And there's what I read you. And it says petition starter, private person. And then you can look at all the comments. I don't believe there's feature comments, but I think that's all there is. I think people signed it, but only 2. Yeah, because it doesn't bring up any other comments unless it's petition updates. 50 supporters 1 month ago. It was started 2 months ago. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's I don't know. Just not something I'd do, and I definitely wouldn't sign it. But a while back, probably about a year and a half ago, there was one taken out about John Yates. Down the Rabbit Hole News talked about it and showed it, and I did as well. Way after she did. She did a good live about it. Really did. It was sent to me, Thor. Yeah. Is there a place they're located? I don't know. But I'm hoping this video plays right. Oh my god, if you guys, Laura has been going off, man. She has been talking so much stuff about Queen Bee and Granny and Granny and Granny. It's like, but she not doing drama, but she's been going off. I mean, she said some awful things. Oh, Betty's having another one of her big explosive interviews. Remember the last one? Who was it with? One of her subs or something? And then she had one that was the wannabe, don't even know if it's a real cousin or anybody to do with Katie. Yeah, that. Yeah. It's about Sebastian Rogers and Layla Santinello discussions. She puts Sebastian in every title, and some of them she don't talk about him, and some of them a minute or two with all her anger. I'm only going to play a little bit of this because that's all it's worth playing. Because there's other things I want to get into tonight, and I don't want to keep you guys all night. But I'm going to address one more time. Last time, because I'm so sick of my son who's no longer on this earth even being mentioned on here by people that didn't know him and don't know fuck about it. I'm tired of it. It's funny. Funny, huh? That Brittany, don't call me a fucking liar. I didn't fucking lie. Even one of your own mods admitted that those comments I was speaking about that I saw with my own eyes were in your chat. I don't know when they got removed, but I do know they were there. And by looking at your chat and responses, you could tell people were talking about my kids. Whether, and then even mention me fostering, which is none of nobody's damn business. Nothing about anybody's family is appropriate to talk about. But I'm sick of you calling me a fucking liar. I couldn't stay in your chat. As soon as I seen those comments, it was within minutes I was gone. I don't know what happened after that. But I had people stand on it and say that didn't hide themselves and say they heard it. When we realized that they misheard, even though some are still standing on it, I told you I was wrong for that. But the comments were there. Stop lying and stop calling me a liar. You can delete till you're blue in the face. I don't understand why people weren't saying that when they were reviewing you. Your own mod admitted it. I'm done with it. Shut up. You want to review my content? That's fine. Do you, boo? Because I will. But take the victim status off. It don't do you right. And girl, you got in this mess. You wouldn't listen to no one. This is nothing about Sebastian. This is all about your feud with Granny. I've been saying it all along. Y'all can't leave that boy out of this stuff. You're using him for your personal vendetta. That's gross. And it's wrong, in my opinion, allegedly. But I've had enough. Because I didn't lie about you. Those comments were in your chat. Hey, Lynn Loverlight. And that's all I got to say about that. Hey, Karen. Okay, Betty. I'm going to be fast forwarding through a lot of this because she was on for 2.5 hours, and there's not a lot I want to review. But well, I don't want to review the whole thing. I always say that, and we end up getting into it. Hey, Lulu. Yeah, thanks, Kenna. Yeah, Marcy. You're right, beautiful disaster. That's who it was. One of her stubs and members. You're so right. Yep. But she has some shit to say, of course, today. Um, I've watched her other streams, but I'm sure you're tired of seeing them already. But she said some good shit the other day too. It's just I knew I couldn't go live yesterday. I had a lot to do, and I was so happy today. And I had dinner done early. It was done when the kiddos got home from school. I made them a nice dinner. Had all straightened up the house, made some phone calls. I was busy, and yesterday was crazy. We had costume. Oh, anyway, it was fun though. The kids enjoyed themselves, and that's all that matters to me. Now we got to get ready for Christmas. Oh Lord, have mercy. I got to start getting ready though. Jeez, I can't believe it's already Christmas around the corner. That's insane. Time is flying by. Sometimes time goes too fast. It runs out before you know it. Oh, they're talking about Lolani Simon, her and the real Me Too. Yeah, her and the real Me Too are talking about Lolani Simon. Of course, Betty she knew it all. Law enforcement wouldn't listen to her. They were wrong. She was right. They were right. Blah blah blah. Same stuff Betty always says. Betty's using a big filter. Look at the filter she's using. It's a good filter, Betty. Which one you using? Look how it makes your skin look and everything. That's really cool. I'm giving you a compliment. I really am. What filter are you using? It's a good one. I want to use it. Banner. Oh, Thor, thank you. And this is fair use. It is covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. And all that stuff. They best not. Oh, no, 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 no. No, eat that and nothing else. I do not want it all over my couch. Oh, and it's bright green. No. I am not in the mood to be scrubbing no couch tonight. So I don't allow them to eat anywhere but the table. I should stick to it. Mommy Kathy, you're being too easy. I'm such a pushover. Sometimes. Oh, dog, I took you out. I made sure of it. I don't know why that dance pop is so bad. Oh, Baba, stop. Stop. You're not coming out here to bark. Okay, now I'm ready. Got the music. Got the banner on. Thank you, Sora.
The first time. Right. So since we talked to you the first time about this case,
why does she think? Why is she talking to her? Hey, Jan, like she's some kind of big media reporter or some kind of. She's a sub, Betty. And you're acting like you guys had in-depth, detailed conversations like media to me. It's weird.
Okay.
Hey, Sherry.
So we good?
Hey, Darby C.
A lot of it. Because they were paid to go in, so they thought the house would be involved.
And that was the fact that she actually went a step further to try to cover the crime, not just by throwing him in the garbage and trying to act like somebody came in and stole him, but she actually took breakfast cereal for the infant and tried to sprinkle it all over the car in an effort.
Then he had been aware.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how
I forwarded this card. Okay. You ready? All right, 118.
I don't want to go through this. Where's the hell?
I kind of know this was what was going on, and that was his reason about.
Look her up.
Look at how I want you to
Talking about
notice
a
something.
verdict, and
That's why one of the reasons I want to do. You hear how Betty's talking. You hear how calm she is. You hear how different. I'll let you listen for a minute, and then I'm going to move on to what I want to show you. She is a narcissist. Narcissistic narcissist. You can study what that is on YouTube. Been on YouTube for many years. People have been victimized by narcissists. Sure, they have. BJ tries to sugarcoat her bullying, turning on victim statuses and gaslighting, all in very overdone accent. In my opinion, I don't mind listening to her when she's alone, not talking shit about anyone. And also, bitch, I don't have no part of no damn comment about something about doing something to your family or your home while you're in it. You should have never said my name, because if that comment was in my chat, I would hope one of my mods would have let me know and would have deleted it, and the person that would have wrote that would have been called out. But she had the nerve to say, "Oh, Kathy P's chat," but I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know where it was. I didn't see it. It was never in my chat, bitch. I would never type something like that. And I would hope the people in my chat wouldn't either. And like I said, my mods would alert me and delete it. But the person that would write something like that would be called out. I don't know. Supposedly there was some comment in the chat about something about her burning her house down. I don't know. Something like that. It didn't. Hey, little C. Hey, E-Curb. No. Me Too was one of Betty's. I don't know if she was there, but she's one of Betty's members and subs. I saw messages in her chat, and other people saw them, including one of her mods. You can't change that, but don't accuse me of something or say that anything like that was in my chat, because it wasn't. I would never take part in something like that. I don't care who you are. I don't even know if what you're saying is true. Because this email didn't make any sense she's talking about either. Hey, serial boomer. Have any of you mods seen any comment in my chat with something about going after her house when they're in it? Burning it down or something? Yeah, she is using a filter. It's a good one, too. I mean, it is.
In the
I don't know if what she's saying is true or not. With this stuff she says she's getting. But nobody should be sending anybody emails like that. I mean, come on. Really? But man, did she use that to play victim and grift her ass off. No, I don't want cameras. Just give me the money.
And of course, Leilani's reaction to the verdict.
Was that today or was it yesterday? The one where he posted going after Betty's GoFundMe? Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I wouldn't encourage people to do that, and I wouldn't have done it. But I'm not him. And she did go after his businesses. She filed complaints against his license, in my opinion. And from what I understand, they were all false. It was false allegations. Which I believe they were, because, Betty clearly has hate for him. So I can't really, that's between him and her. I don't think anybody should be messed with. But, that's just my opinion. You're right, the handmade dolls. Hey, Cap Ganja. All right. But listen to how she talks. And
It was very interesting. You guys can go back and watch it. The verdicts, like I said, the verdict's always everybody's very, tensed up. The courtroom was full, which was great, like I said. But like I said, minutes. I'm not saying minutes. I'm talking like 2 minutes. There was a young woman in there, blonde hair. You might have noticed her sitting in back of the defense table. She had been there all along on the hearings. She always was chatty with her. They always knew each other there. And they would block with their hands, their mouths. So they were really in each other's ear. And I don't know what the conversation was. It was like they were talking about something, maybe just personal. I don't know. But she was laughing. I'm not kidding. I say openly laugh, not smiling. Openly laughing. Like, I'm kidding. I'm trying to tell you.
okay.
But what was really, if you go back and look, I see.
Look at her.
Yeah, really, was I was like, go forward.
Right. Now, you get the idea of what I'm saying,
She
right?
felt really,
Because I really don't want
one
to
of the
hear
judges is
that.
going to change their verdict, That's she never
It makes
asked
a
for
really big
anything.
impact without hurting everybody's.
They're telling her to file a motion. You can file a motion with the court to request a new judge. You'll need to provide evidence of bias, not just a feeling about the judge's motives. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Pocketbooks, because I mean, to be honest with you, I advocate for these kids. I spend, like I said, I make very little money on the full impact that we do. When I was sitting down being interviewed this past when we were in North Carolina, they were shocked to find out how much money I make and how much I'm able to do with it. They asked me, how are you able to do it? And I simply told them, if it wasn't, I don't see how other people could do it, because typically families have mortgages, car payments, and stuff like that. For Chronicles of Olivia and I, we both have paid off homes, we both have paid off vehicles, and those two are the biggest expenses most families have. And it, if we had those expenses, would I be able to be boots on the ground? The answer is no, I would not be able to be boots on the ground. It's the way that
it sounds bad.
Our finances are set up that gives us the ability.
It sounded bad. Let me try reloading it. Let me go out and come back in. It's StreamYard. Okay, let me I'm gonna reload StreamYard. Hold on, people. Hopefully that'll do the trick. If not, I'll just play it from my phone, because there's not a whole lot of it. Like I said, out of the 2.5 hour live. Let me know. How's that sound? Okay, she's saying that the detective has lied on her. Oh, Shauna, I'm glad you had a great night. You deserve it. Oh, thank you. Member for 2 months. That's awesome. Hey, little C. Better? Okay. You're not seeing it or hearing it? All right, hold up. Didn't share screen? Oh, come on, StreamYard. Just one time. You know, piss on it. Like I said, I don't care about the 23 to 24, whatever days I have left. I don't even care. I'm switching totally to Restream. The only way to make sure I do it is delete my StreamYard thing on my laptop. All right, let's go.
Center and her name is rang out as much as possible. So
Okay, I'm going to back this up.
For Meat Nation, task type of person, I have the Summer Wells case. And so
I don't know how I got the whole way up there.
I'm not sure what's going on with the audio on this one, but it sounds like we're there with a blank slate.
Listen to how she's talking. You're going to see how she still sounds bad.
To the case, and then of course we, take those facts and start following the leads ourselves, without any type of.
Let me go out of YouTube and see if that'll help. I'll just play it because I don't think that's going to help. Whatever's going on, it's out of my control with these two, with StreamYard and YouTube. Let me see if it'll going up, coming back in. This is the last thing I'm trying, and then I'm just going to play it. Hubba Bubba, no sir. That's why I took you out. You're not coming out here to bark and blow everybody's eardrums. Not having it. Sorry, dude. Oh, let me turn the quality down too. Sometimes that'll help. When YouTube's really and StreamYard's not working together. No. Let's hope this works.
Spend our CDs exploring the ship to check out all the
Oh, that's why it's not giving me no stuff.
To see the mural on the atrium wall, as well as relaxing in the quiet A1A hallway.
Our internal investigation into this case, into this matter, for journalistic purposes.
Oh, I have it turned down.
And we identified areas that we thought would be prime for searching. The first thing that we did when we came on the scene in this case is we went to the last place that we knew for a fact she was at, and that was the American.
That makes the video too
we knew
bad.
that she ran toward woods. But before we talked to a first person, we looked at the layout and
how's that?
the location, and we actually identified the area of woods we thought she would run to before we knew or confirmed that those were in fact the woods.
No, Betty. You were told and told and told. You and Olive Oil. And for the longest time, and you still backtrack on it sometimes, you told everybody you 100% knew that it was her at that creamery, and it wasn't. And even after the police put out their thing and you knew that, you still were running with it, saying, of course, the police were wrong and you were right, but you were not right. They had proof it wasn't her. They spoke to the person. But you ran with that, Betty. For how long? You and olive oil. You had her mom believing it too.
That she ran to. And once we identified those and then we talked to witnesses and confirmed and corroborated that information, then we actually put our boots on and went out in the woods to try to locate her steps or where she slept. And we did find a little encampment. Now we know
Thanks,
that
Mona
multiple
Lisa.
people used that encampment, but it was also well known to the people that were staying at the Mirror Court Hotel. And we do believe that she did stay in that area.
But you have no proof.
And she came out in a way that we ended up going out and seeing her path of travel. We actually
Okay, I'm gonna fast
started
forward
from
because
jiving with the
They
creamery.
put out, oh, here we go with the creamery.
We have now learned that it was another
Betty,
woman.
you were told repeatedly, and even after law enforcement released their statement, you still said it was her and they were wrong.
And at the creamery, it was never
No
her
shit.
because we had a lot of questions. We absolutely confirmed it, and she was walking toward the green belt. But when we got right, I mean, it sounded like Layla was different, and that other person actually came forward and spoke to law enforcement. So we know beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, now you admit it.
Arrest.
Why am I voting against Debbie McCarcel-Powell? Look around my house. My gas costs
Sorry,
50%
they're her
higher.
ads.
Electricity, 51% higher. And groceries, like cereal, 26% higher.
Sorry,
Debbie
they're her ads. I can't control these ads. They're on her end. And she's got, wow, this is 2 in 1. Holy cow.
Charged and is currently in jail for this situation. So, according to law enforcement, now he's innocent until being proven guilty in a court of law, but he has been accused and he has been arrested on those accusations.
And what she's failing to tell everybody and what she has purposely left out of all this, that there's been other stuff happened where one of the people connected to her have been missing and they was brutally beaten. They're all connected. They're all connected in some way. You know, they're all yeah, it's messed up. But I have that. I'm going to look it up and read it and post it for you guys. Betty don't talk about that because it was one of her relatives. It was one of Layla's mom's relatives. I don't know.
Speak on exactly.
But I have it. I just have to find it, and I'll post it.
Publicly.
Yeah, that's fine. I won't.
I don't want to watch none of this.
That's just.
I just wanted you to see how big it is.
In all fairness, she could very well, and put this back up here. We're in the United States, so if you guys see her, this is Layla Sand. You see her in the. Let me hit before she disappeared.
You guys remember the fake alleged tip that Betty did live with Layla? Y'all remember that? Yeah.
So this was the most of some of her friends, not her. She was struggling. She was going down the wrong path, not to be here, or what could have happened to her.
Yeah, Layla's mother's niece was involved. Yeah.
It's a sad story. It's a sad story. But her mom.
I have the article and I have the news report. I just got to find it and I'll post it. But that I talked about it months ago. A couple months ago. Yeah, I have the.
Her mom is fighting for her very, very hard, and we always like to gravitate toward the families that are fighting for their child. And we step in the place of families when their families aren't fighting for their child.
She is Jen's child, but she's also a grown adult. And she's gotten more attention than children that are missing. I wish law enforcement would have did just a couple of the things they've done when my nephew went missing. Nope, they didn't.
And we fight for their child in their absence. Some of them are intentional. We'll be discussing the Sebastian Waindrake Rogers case in just a few moments. So again, avocation for Layla Santinello. If anybody has seen her, you're asked to call immediately, not right then and there.
Now watch how she goes into the drama.
Get some current state. So again, that's why I'm throwing the possible DJ. Sebastian Waindrake Rogers. Let me get all these stuff closed out real quick. Hold on. Let me put this up.
She's been calm and so different this time, and somebody else did her makeup or something. Or
hopefully
it's
it
the
helps
filter.
my lag a
I don't
little
know.
bit. Okay, well, we got lag on this one because it's just the way that they did it. So bear with me. So I wanted to discuss with you guys about this newest case that we have of Daniela Mendiola. One of the problems we have is that this is yet another small, corrupt county. Two of the states that I've always had.
The small, corrupt county had nothing to do with the hit and run. Betty, quit. You and Olivia need to leave this family alone and quit misleading them.
Little bit of a problem. Well, I have a major problem with Tennessee and the way their law enforcement design is set up. We need to fund them, and we need to make sure that their law enforcement stations are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the public, the ones that pay the taxes, the one that these people work for. And when I found out that, because
she's gonna go from 0 to 200 real quick here.
In my community, in just about 90% of the country, we have law enforcement stations that are open around the clock. And the first time we learned that
that's not true. Little towns, small counties can't afford that. There's police officers on duty, but I don't think the police station itself is open to the public 24 hours a day. Just saying.
Enforcement stations are not open is in the Riley Strain case. How did we learn that? Because he disappeared and his fraternity went to the Nashville Police Department to report him missing. And when they went to pull the door open, it was locked.
Oh.
They had to call a phone number and have an officer meet them there.
Interesting.
What?
What?
This is downtown Nashville, where God knows what happened. How about if somebody was chasing somebody and that was a safe place for somebody to go to feel protected because somebody's trying to gun them down or knife them down or rob them or are them, and we found out that the law enforcement, the sheriff's office are closed. I lost my crap. And then somebody in the chat's like, well, that's how it is in North Carolina, too. And I'm like, well, typically North Carolina has better law and order, right? And then we have the Daniela Mendiola case, another small community, corrupt to its core, treating people that don't look like me differently than people that do look like me. And I am disgusted because you guys know I sit on my pedestal all the time saying that,
Betty is disgusted. Hey, Sean. Yeah, they're not even here. They're not open 24 hours a day where you can just walk in. There's people in there, but you're not just going to walk in off the street. When there's officers on duty, but small towns can't afford, hey, the cat lady. Yeah, it's not her business. She don't live there, but she's making it her business, and she's sending some serious threats to Tennessee to the sheriff there. Hey, Days of Painting. She's going to make sure he doesn't get elected, and yeah, she'll even move there. Bye. Florida says bye-bye.
Whole racism thing is blown out of proportion. It's not as widespread as everybody's trying to make it believe, but there's still cases of it that we come across. And this is one of those cases.
Wait a minute. She's saying racism isn't widespread like they want people to believe. What? I ain't never alone. Wow, Betty, just keep sticking your foot in your mouth.
Cases where it is literally. Hold on.
Racism, unfortunately, is still very much present. Shouldn't be, but it is. Yeah, look at who's talking about it. Hey, Remy, good to see you. Dog the Betty Hunter. We did
Jerry
entertaining.
Johnson.
It was a lot of extra, just hustle bustle, but I enjoyed that though. I did. We enjoyed it. The kids had fun, and to see them happy and smiling is all I need.
Let me go back to 2005.
Hey, Melanie.
Uh,
Sleuthing tater tot. You cooking dinner? What you cooking good? What time's dinner? I made pork chops, au gratin potatoes, corn, French fries, and a baked potato because she wanted a baked potato. He don't eat nothing but French fries. And the hubby wanted or not au gratin scallop. The hubby wanted scallop potatoes. So yeah. But that was cool. I had dinner all done by 4 o'clock. It was great. I had my kitchen all cleaned up. I had everything put away. Got hubby's plate ready. I'm good. I was ahead of schedule. I was happy for. Hey, Fairy Meadows. Okay, come on, Beth. Oh, it's her eyeliner and her
I had those
eyelashes.
cases.
She's wearing
Hold on, let me go to
lashes.
my email here and let me look up who sent me those. Here it is. Alamance Sheriff's Department. Let's read this.
Now this is. All right. We'll listen. You want to come to my house? Come on. There's plenty extra.
Just so everybody knows what we're dealing with here. ACLU, Justice Department documents, discriminatory practices.
Okay, Betty, this had nothing to do with the hit and run. Okay, he's not a part of that. He's not connected in any official capacity. It sucks that this is going on. If this is all what's happening, and it does need to be stopped, and people need to pay for any injustice that was done. I totally believe that. But you're trying to turn this accident into this, and you're riling that family up even more. Lord knows how long Olivia's been chirping in their ear. Let them grieve. Stop it.
It's by Alamance Sheriff's Office.
You want to see a good video breaking down what happened? Chasing put out a good video. I read the statements in a live when this happened, but Chasing put out a really good video and broke it down.
This court filing. Now, I want to remind you, this is 2014, but the 2005 case was really, really bad. I want
2005 and 2014.
you guys to understand what we're dealing with when we're dealing with this community.
But you're not, Betty. You don't live there. You are not a part of that community. You need to worry about your own community. Every town you go to is corrupt politicians, dirty cops. They don't do their job. They didn't find that. They didn't collect the evidence. They didn't do this. They're being bought. You know, it's every town you go into for these cases. That's impossible. It just really is. You and Olivia seen this, and I believe she's been in that family's ear, assisting in misleading them. Do I think that she's the one that got them to go through it and say this? No. I think there was something else brewing there. But local politics has nothing to do with this accident. Next, they're going to be saying she was run over because they were against the local politicians or something. You know what I mean? With Betty, it's something she would do.
The U.S. Department
Well,
of
I could
Justice
see her in Detroit.
yesterday filed a motion for summary judgment in its civil rights lawsuit against Alamance County Sheriff, ASCO,
And sadly, there's a
which
lot
it
of
has-
police departments that have civil rights lawsuits against them that were settled. And it has happened. You can't hide that fact. And it still happens. This one was this the one from 2005? Yes. She doesn't want to be held accountable for something she did 15 years ago, but she wants to hold somebody accountable for something they did 21 years ago or 20 years ago. But she don't want to be. Okay. I mean, I don't live there. I don't know. All I can do is go by what has been put out by law enforcement and the DA. I mean, what else can you go by? It's clear that there's a lot of misinformation and things have been so twisted. It's not funny. I feel so bad for that family.
court to rule quickly in order to stop.
But again, this has nothing to do with the accident. They're trying to make it all about that. And they shouldn't put that on that child. They should not put that on that child. Or her memory. It's just... Hey, everybody coming in. Please don't forget to do them YouTube things. Hit that thumbs up. If you're not subbed up, sub up. Share it out. Hey, become a member. You can be a full-side misfit, just like the rest of us.
ACSO unlawful discrimination against Latino residents. So let me put this up a little bit. Second. Hopefully you guys can see it a little bit better. There we go.
Are you tired of watching your beloved pet scratch incessantly? Frustrated by flea treatments that promise the world but deliver nothing?
The motion for summary judgment expounds on the Justice Department previous claims that ACSO, under the direction of Terry Johnson, fosters a culture of anti-Latino bias among its deputies, including alleged use of racial slurs, disproportionate traffic stops and arrests, and examples including an ACSO captain sending his subordinates a video game promised of shooting Mexican.
Now, this was in 2005. It's staticky. Everyone said it cleared up. I'll just play it from my phone. Because she's getting ready to rant. And then I'm going to move on. Actually, I'm going to fast forward through this. Because she's going to read stuff about a case from 2005. And they're trying to make it all connect. And, yeah, okay. Whatever. All right, I want to stop sharing screen. Because you guys said it's really choppy. You hate when choppy. That's all right. I'm going to stop sharing screen. And I'm just going to play it because I don't know what's going on. I've done everything I can on my end. Thank you, StreamYards. You can bet's the last time I use your ass. I'm done with it. But okay, I got brought up. I'll play it right now. Because she's getting ready to, there's nothing to see, so what you want to do is hear, because she doesn't move, of course. But yeah, but I don't want to listen to the article. Because she's bringing in something from 2005 that I'm not going to go over because I didn't research it. So I don't. Hey, Chaz.
Outlined in this motion should not be tolerated in our state. And
Like I said, that was in 2005. Okay.
have evidence of these discriminatory practices, and we have a Latino, a Hispanic descent, 17-year-old girl that appears law enforcement didn't care about her. They handed latex gloves and evidence bags to the family because they didn't want to collect the necessary evidence for this case. They intentionally are throwing this case for the Liberty County Sheriff's or police chief's family member. It's disgusting. It is white versus brown.
Okay, he is not related to the police chief.
And if you have brown skin, you're treated differently.
Hey,
and that is going to be the stain on this county. And I'm going to hopefully make sure that we broadcast this very public and disgusting stain to the world. A human is a human.
It's coming from Betty.
This was a 17-year-old girl. She deserves every bit of justice.
She does.
That man kicked the cell phone off the road before law enforcement got there.
Okay, again, we don't know if that's factual or not. They've ran with it since. They've ran with a lot of misinformation. But she's right. If there's justice, if it was not an accident, justice does need to be served. Let law enforcement do their job. I mean, she's freaking out because they took 14 days to arrest him. They have to investigate it. He is charged. And I don't know. I think the damage to the vehicle, if what he says happened didn't happen, the damage to the vehicle would show that. You know what I mean? Like where he hit, you know, where contact was made and where she went. That the damage on the vehicle would be, if it's on the other side of the car, then of course it's not going to match up. You know what? The accident team the reconstruction has to stop. You're not going to be able to lie about that. You're not going to be able to fix that. And from what I understand, the state police, this had nothing, and that's another thing, Betty. This has absolutely nothing to do with the county. This is not a county investigation, Betty. The county didn't run this investigation. The state police did. It was never a county investigation. It was always on the state police. They handled the crime scene. They handled everything. It's their case. So this again, going at the county makes no sense to me. This was a state police case, not, you know. Okay, let me get back to it. Oh, she's going to get upset here in a sec.
That's a metric in which can be, that can help decide where she was, how fast he was going. He missed evidence of a crime. He lied to law enforcement saying she was in the middle of the road when you could...
Wait a minute. Betty, you have no idea if he lied to law enforcement or not. And it wouldn't matter. Because the damage on the vehicle is going to tell the story, Betty. the roadway. Everything's going to tell the story. It's not going to matter. But you have no proof that he lied about anything.
He was hit in a driveway because his car left the road over a lane into the grass.
As far as I understand, there was no witnesses to the actual accident. People arrived after. This was, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. It's dark. I don't know.
He left the scene and returned back into another car. And
Because he thought he hit an animal. If you think you hit a deer, you're not going to call 911 and sit there because 911's not going to come. Okay? They're not going to try to help that deer. All right? So that fits with what he said. And he did come right back, Betty. Because he was even said to damage to his car didn't look like a deer. So he did come right back. But she can't, hey Lucia, she can't say that he lied when she has no idea. And from what has been put out by law enforcement and DA, it doesn't appear to be that way.
took a protest before they realized, oh crap, we need to arrest this guy before this turns ugly.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe the fact that he left, even though he may be 100% telling the truth, he thought he hit a deer, and the tint on his windows. But he doesn't have this big, bad previous history that you've referred to, Betty, and he was not under the influence.
That's not how you seek justice. Law enforcement should be above that. Shame on
Exactly,
the people
Remy.
that thought that this...
Yeah, any debris would be when the impact took place. Yeah, reconstructing the accident, looking at the damage to the vehicle, he can tell him whatever he wants. That's going to tell the story. If he lied, he's going to be in trouble, but evidently he didn't. At least from what we know so far. From what I've seen put out, law enforcement said the girl was in the road. Joshua did not say that. Thank you. Because everything I've seen and watched and read, and I've read it on here. Hey, Skullgirl. That's exactly. I'm doing good. How are you? It's good to see you. I hope you had a good Halloween. Hubba Bubba? No, sir. You're not coming out here to bark and blow everybody's eardrums. So stop crying like a baby. You're not going to, are you? No, you're going to cry harder, aren't you? Because you're kind of spoiled. Yeah, I get it. I love you too. All right, stop crying. He's looking at me like, woman, I'm going to cry louder now. He was in a 2011 Volkswagen, I guess a Jetta. And Olivia said he went through one ditch, hit her, and came through another deeper ditch, and she was thrown way down on the other side of the road. Yeah. I don't believe that. If I hear that from law enforcement, I'll believe it, but not from Olive Oil. If he kicked her phone out of the road, it proves she was in the road. Hey, hindsight. Exactly. Yeah, Betty, you're kind of like telling on yourself, because how'd her phone get in the middle of the road if she wasn't in the middle of the road? I don't know. If the evidence says that, and it will, there's no way that BW would have gone through two ditches without leaving some dirt torn up and would still show today, and there were no marks in that road. His vehicle wouldn't have survived two ditches. Well, she's saying it was a bad one, so I've never drove one of them, so I don't know much about cars. It just doesn't seem plausible to me. And from what I've read and have read on here and video newscasts that I watched and stuff, Hold on, a Jetta isn't bouncing around like that, ditch to ditch. My SUV would do something doing that, never mind a small sedan. Yeah. Yeah, they are little cars. Yeah. And so I have a pickup truck. And yeah, we're still gonna, yeah. It's just that, like I said, it doesn't seem plausible to me. Olivia's story, olive oil, of course. Hey, it's the Betty, you know? It's the junior Betty. She's just a quieter one. But I don't know. And then, like I said, I went over what law enforcement, the DAs put out. I went over what news reports there were. We've read the Almanac's paper articles, which of course Betty calls it a fraud paper. It's just not pointing the way, and I don't want it to seem like I'm not supporting the family, but from what I know right now, and then watching Chasing's video, just made me feel like they are like a Honda Civic. Oh yeah, they're little. Okay, Bubba, just a minute. But yeah, I gotta let this dog out, or he's not gonna stop. He's got his self-social cup. Oh no. It just, oh no, I pulled that plug out. Oh, well, no wonder. Look at how I have this thing sitting. What is wrong with me? Told you I'm terrible about plugging stuff in. I'll remember to plug everybody else's stuff, but not mine. It just doesn't seem like that's what happened. And I feel so bad for the family because it feels like they're being misled and other families being, I don't know. Let's get back into Betty. Where'd it go? There it is.
Brown-skinned girl doesn't deserve justice.
Yes, she does.
The private chief of police and his family member that likes to do substances and get behind a wheel of a car and drive it.
Okay, there is no evidence that he did any substances. In fact, he was tested for drinking and he was not drunk. He was not under the influence. You have no right saying that stuff, Betty. And they said there is no relation to him and anybody in the department or for the city. That's in the DA statement as well. We read all that, as well as the news reporter who investigated this could not find no connection. Hey, Bonham, good to see you. Member for 2 months. It's good to see you, friend. Hey, Lisa. There's an estimation of how far someone will go if hit at a certain speed. Someone hit at 20 miles per hour, for example, won't fly 30 feet. Yep. Hey, Katie K. A bumper would likely catch while hopping ditch to ditch. They're held on by little plastic clips, that's it. Yeah, and that's a small car. That's a small car. And what she's referring to is something that happened back in 2005. And those people, I guess, are no longer even in office or anything there. So, that's Betty.
Excessive speeds should get a slap on the wrist. It was only a matter of time before somebody was going to die because of
and Betty, he doesn't have a long history of traffic violations, Betty. He may have one or two, but he does not have a long history of speeding violations. If he was speeding, the accident reconstruction will show it. They'll know they'll be able to get pretty close to speed and impact. That's why they're the professionals, Betty.
Behavior, and it happened to be a 17-year-old girl. And it's freaking just disgusting that the family had to go pick up her nails, her hair, and her teeth off the side of the road.
Look, I don't know if any of that's true. I find, oh my gosh, KDK, thank you. Wow, thank you for the super chat. That is so generous. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Wow. Thank you.
It's disgusting. Absolutely, utterly disgusting. And you know what we're going to do?
Little C.
We're going to make sure her voice is heard loud and clear.
No, you need to leave this family alone. Let them deal with the things they need to deal with. Just leave them alone and quit misleading them. Quit amping them up. Betty, you have no idea what it's like to lose your child, to bury your child. If there's any ounce of decency in you, leave this family alone. You and Olive Oil. Bonham. Oh, good to see you too. Thank you so much, Bonham. Bonnie, thank you. You guys are too much. Wow. Thank you so much. This is a tragic accident. Unfortunately, sometimes families do find teeth, bone and hair and other things because the first responders are trying to secure the scene and save a life. Yeah, we never had time to worry about picking up anything. Sadly, we're there to get that patient out of there as soon as possible. And you know, hey, Bamaji. Yeah, Bonniam, I believe you. I'll have to look, Remy. I'll bring back up the report. And I'm sure body cam footage eventually will be available, and somebody's going to pay to play it, not me. I'm not true crime. Serial Boomer? Oh, your first super. Oh, thank you so much. Wow. Thank you. That is so cool. You guys are something else. Thank you so much. I got a couple buttons I'm getting ready to start using. I put them on my restream, but I'll be using them this weekend. Thank you so much. No, we're not, and you don't really have the time. You just don't really have the time. You're not thinking about that.
Loud and clear.
It happened in August 2024. Yeah.
They tried to mess with
It was 14 days
for no good reason.
from the date of the accident till he was arrested. Like 14, 15 days. Honestly, that's not a lot. He was arrested in September, the beginning of September. That's not a lot to investigate an accident.
Other than to mess with them. That's not honorable and it's not respectable.
Oh.
There needs to be a change in that county, just like there needs to be a change in Sumner County, communist Sumner County.
Communist Sumner County. You know, they're communists there. You know that, right? According to Betty. She said it's factual. She could say that it's factual. Now this town's communist.
We're going to continue to raise our
no,
voice. But
Ellie doesn't clean. No, they don't. There was one time that we did have to assist. How can I say this? With gathering some things because there was a crime scene. And they'd been in the text. Anyway, it's like, you know, some eyeballs and stuff. But anyway, that was the one thing. And it was pretty cool, really. I got to watch the whole scene be taken out. It was wild. Yeah.
Understand the true reality, and everybody, these little keyboard warriors that do the Google search, Elements News, the ones that's been saying all of this isn't true, that isn't true, it's part of the problem. That's why we have
I hid my bark box in the closet without my dog knowing. Let's see if she can find it. This is what I love.
Oh, ads.
It's not just toys.
Even on here.
Alternative media in there, making sure that the truth is heard by the
Hold on one sec. Sorry, everybody. I had to let that play. If I could have played a video, I had to go in for the noodles. Oh, I can't wait till Hubby gets home. I promised to make us stay up a little late tonight, so I'm letting them.
They're lying to your face. They're lying in the reporting.
Oh, wait, I'll back that up.
Themselves because a 17-year-old brown-skinned girl doesn't. It's because. Yeah. Let's get on with the case. A wheel of a car and drive excessive speeds should get a slap on the wrist. It was only a matter of time before somebody was going to die because of his behavior, and it happened to be a 17-year-old girl. And it's freaking just disgusting.
She's excited.
Pick up her nails, her hair, and her teeth off the side of the road. It's disgusting.
Betty, there's no proof he was a speed demon you keep talking about. Hey, imaginary enterprise. Everything is corrupt. If it's not in the story, she wants to shape it into it. Yeah. Hey, lollipop girl.
Absolutely utterly disgusting. And you know what we're going to make sure her voice is heard loud and clear. Loud and clear. We don't. In that county, just like there needs to be a change in Sumner County, communist Sumner County.
I backed that up for a reason.
So we're going to continue to raise our voice, but I wanted people to understand the true reality. And everybody, these little keyboard warriors that do the Google search, Elements News, the ones that's been saying, oh, this isn't true, that isn't true, is part of the problem.
Of course.
That's why we have...
Elements News is one of the newspapers there, or one of the news organizations there. And of course, because they're not saying it the way Betty wants them to and agreeing with Betty, they're no good.
Alternative media in there.
But see, they're the legit real media. They're not her. Big difference. They have credentials. Bonnie, thank you. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Welcome to everybody joining in. Please thank Bonnie. You're now misfit like the rest of us. Welcome to Poolside.
That the truth is heard by the public. Because if you're trusting your mainstream media, you're going to be screwed. They're lying to your face. They're lying in the reporting.
Oh, you mean like you?
They're ashamed of themselves because it is on the back of a 17-year-old girl.
Wait a minute. Wait, that's rich. Wait a freaking minute. Did she just say on the back of a child, a 17-year-old girl? Betty lies to everybody's face daily on the backs of multiple children. You see where I'm coming from here?
I guarantee their tune would be changed if it was one of their 17-year-old girls. Just saying. We keep it real over here on the Bullhornbetty channel. So that's our avocation, our passion. Screaming to my audience.
Oh wait, it's coming again.
Communist people. Communist people.
Communist.
What else? I think now we're going to get on with Wayne Great Brook. And then we're going to be fairly quick because we're going to be coming back later today.
Oh, Miranda, thank you. Thank you for the night. Thank you.
And we have an exclusive interview tonight at 8 p.m. 8 p.m.
8
You are not
p.m.
going to want to miss this exclusive interview that we have. I think you guys will be very happy to be here and to see the interview that's going to be coming up. I've got to get over to TikTok and do a live over there, which we will do. But I just want you guys all to know that we are going to be doing a live. I'll be setting it up and doing the thumbnail after this. Don't forget to make sure you get notified, and don't be late. Don't be late. You don't want to miss anything. Okay, it's going to be a special. We don't do a whole lot of interviews on this channel.
Yes, you do.
And when we do, we try to make it the best we can.
Miranda, thank you so much. Thank you. You guys are something. You're going to make me cry.
And get you guys the most up-to-date information about the case. Thank you, Michelle. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. And that's the way it is with all of our cases. I am, because of my First Amendment rights and privileges, I am looking at up to a year in jail on November 20th. I can't think of any more honorable reason to go to jail than fighting for our rights to speak freely in a country that we are told we can speak freely in, and our government can't, intrude on those rights. And for a 15-year-old autistic boy that I feel something terrible happened to him at the hands of his mother and stepfather. And this communist community is trying to tell me I'm not entitled to my opinions, and I'm not entitled to vocalize those opinions on my channel. I say the hell with that. This is America, and I'm going to stand strong, even if it means for and our Constitution.
Lollipop girl, thank you so much. Wow, thank you. For the $9.99 super, thank you so much. This woman is nuts. They're communist people. It's a communist county because she couldn't get away with violating laws. The judge is dirty because the judge followed the law. Does any of this make sense to anybody? Betty. And I do believe you're worried. And you should be. I would be, honestly. I'm not going to lie. I would be. I would not want to go to jail. Sorry. But again, that's just me. But damn. Keep talking, Betty. Yeah, and the reason why she does TikTok, guys, is she goes live is because of money. Okay, people send gifts over there while she does lives. And the problem with TikTok is they don't know how bad she is. Oh, yeah. Betty has a lot of haters on TikTok. In fact, Betty was chased off basically buy a drink after reviewing this female. Oh, thank you so much for the $10. I love your avatar. The horse is beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah, Betty. No, in fact, that's where her criminal record and stuff was all put out. Was Betty got haters on TikTok. That's why she stayed away from TikTok for like the first year or so. She didn't really do a whole lot over there when she first came to YouTube. And, then she started slowly going back over there. And then, but yeah, she got haters over there. She just actually has a couple of supporters, creator-wise, because of Seth and Tony and them, chasing crime and them, because she didn't have them over there. And Tony's TikTok girls, that crew.
Constitutional freedoms are absolutely that. They shall not be infringed on. by our government, and I'm going to stand strong with my head held high, and I can give a rat's ass what that judge sits there and tries to condemn me for. I have a right to be here. I have a right to express myself, and I have a right to be free in the freest country on the face of this earth. And if anybody has a problem with that, you can kiss my wife's breast. Now, let's get on with the case that is in Sumner County. So it's been 7 months over 7 months since Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers disappeared from inside his locked home where he was residing.
Here's how indoor girls like me celebrate cozy season. If you're indoors, you like me and love all things Pushim like I
Allegedly.
Okay, Bobbies, just let me come here, Bubs.
You know what? If anybody knows Silvers, reach out to Silvers and see if he would be willing to interview with me. I love an interview with Silvers and his wife about this case and what they have come across. I'd like to pick their brain. They've been boots on the ground when I can't, because we have a communist community that's trying to limit my movements. Again, it's a violation of law.
Pineapple says, why can't we just like kick rocks or something? We don't want to kiss any battery be white, you know. Hey, Music City. Stop lying to yourselves, Betty. You know damn well why you're going to jail. Your lawyer told you why you're going to jail and you fired your lawyer. The behavior she's exhibiting, I can understand why her and a lawyer didn't work out. Because you know she ain't listening to that lawyer. She is not listening. Or she would not be saying the stuff she is calling him a communist. She went up to the judge, say, yeah, you know, in all kind of ways. Now she's guaranteeing this sheriff that she's going to make sure, even if she has to rent her house out for $2,000 a month and move there, rent a place, because she said for that price she could get a nice place there. And she's going to make sure that AC Nikki, that he's not reelected. Yeah, she said all that.
Law, violation of law, violation of law. Man, this community violating law. I've never violated the law there, but they are. Disgusting. So now it's been over 7 months since 15-year-old Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers disappeared from his Hendersonville home, leaving his family, friends, and community members with more questions than answers. Maybe it's because...
now, I don't know where she got this article. Did she say so? Because this article is totally wrong in the stuff they're saying. So it's got to come from somebody there. Okay, it doesn't, I can't believe what she has wrote in here. But anyway, this article, wait till you hear it.
He's lying, in my opinion. 7 months into the investigation, communist Sumner County sheriff, because I'm not going to say law enforcement officials, have not reported any new information. From day one, when this happened, I visited the command center when they had Donald Schmidt, Sumner County Commissioner of District 18. Got no qualms with this guy. He was pushing when everybody else was telling him to shut up. So kudos to him. God bless him for everything he's done. Law enforcement, all our emergency personnel are invested in this, invested in trying to find him. These men and women, they really pulled their heart and soul into this. They did everything they could, and I'm sure they are still doing everything they can. And I commend the worker bees have disdain for top brass in this case. However, the teens remains at the center of an Amber Alert with an FBI offering $50,000 reward for information. And
doesn't this sound like somebody who's on their side saying that the top brass have done everything wrong in this case and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Oh, wait, just you're here.
Dwayne Chapman, Dog the Bounty Hunter. What a great man. What a great godly man. He has not only he's raised it. The new
What? Okay.
reward is $125,000.
Okay. We've not seen any proof of any actual funds being secured and put up other than what the FBI has put out. I haven't seen any proof. I've heard Dog say that the followers, his fans, were going to get the money, but I've not seen any actual funds or accounts being set up and the money being secure. Well, she was learning from Molly. That's why she was still learning how to drift off people. And when she learned off Dolly and JR Molly, that she made the gloves are off. She learned from how to do this, and the worse she has more. Yeah, and she's not being honest about what she makes, but that's on her, and that's they also got taken her multiple platforms that she's monetized on. I don't know. That's between her and them.
For information leading to the safe return of Sebastian Waindrake Rogers or the proper conviction of those, plural, responsible for his disappearance. The celebrity bounty hunter joins into the search efforts earlier in September and has one of the most recent developments. In an interview with Channel
He hasn't joined in anything. He hasn't done anything. He has not went there searching for that boy. He's not organized any searches. He did an interview mostly about himself and his book and his new YouTube channel. He's done nothing. I'm sorry, but he hasn't. What have they done? Am I missing something? What have they actually done? I don't know, man. Let's see if this plays now on YouTube and StreamYard. Let me know what it sounds like.
For information leading to the safe return of Sebastian Waindrake Rogers or the proper conviction of the celebrity bounty hunters. In an interview, Mr. Money will help them find the answers they've been looking for. I'm just hoping for a positive outcome from this. Seth Rogers, Sebastian's biological father, told News 2 that he is alive and that he's healthy, so I can bring him home. I can tell you that Seth wants nothing more than to bring his son home.
Sounds good.
He is absolutely lost without his son, which is a polar opposite to the mom and the stepfather. And damn the communist county that can't see
the communist county
for the trees. Not my problem. But what they don't get to do is take my voice away because they want to be idiots. Early on in the investigation, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation warned against spreading misinformation online. However, as the months have dragged on, the case has been at the center of social media controversy and rumors because the stepfather and the mother has paid disruptors on this case. The mom and stepfather has paid disruptors on the case. Fact find that.
Prove that. Prove where they paid anybody for anything. To do anything in this case. They've made donations to help pay for billboards. You guys haven't. They didn't get $50 super chats. Venmo is a super chat to me. PayPal, Cash App, still all super chats. They didn't get one saying this is for you beating up the Bower Sox, Betty. Making a donation to help pay for flipboards with their son's information on it is not paying anyone to cause anything. You people twisted and turned that. Good luck proving it, because you can't.
That is not misinformation. That is true, accurate, and correct fact.
It is not true, accurate, correct fact. It is misinformation. You twisted the truth like you always do to fit your narrative. You're talking about the $1,000 donation that Chris and Katie made for the blip boards. It clearly was for the blip boards. It said so. Your $50, however, said it was because of you beating up on the power socks, Betty. So who's getting paid? Because how are they paying someone for a distraction when the money's going to pay for a billboard? Idiot. Misinformation and disinformation.
However,
Hey, I'm Greg.
the case has been the center of social media controversy.
Tony
and
paid her,
rumors, with
yeah.
Seth stating
That's what I mean. That could easily be said about her. It said it right in the Venmo response comment. It said what it was for. So it could be taken as that's, pat on the back for your behavior. But you can't take $1,000 donation for a blip board as payment for, doing something. Because what have they done? First off, what have they done? Makes no sense.
They're experienced online harassment.
Oh, and she's also, I noticed she's back on now that everything else is right up. She's now back on the poker game and stuff, which is bullshit. That was nothing but a rumor, nothing but gossip. I don't believe it. I didn't then. I don't now. I know Katie's even had told people there was never no poker game. I don't believe that poker game ever took place. Betty never would run with the story, but now that she has nothing else, now she's running with it. Apparently, she's believing everything this Silver says, and he's got all these witnesses that are, personal, know them personally, and are saying this stuff to him, and saying that, but yet he can't tell you who they are. He's not even sure. And you're telling me all these people are just going to go up to them? Yeah, no. Get out of here.
Have only seen threats increase, and that's a true statement. They have.
The Prophets donated money to help find their son. While Seth took in money and has not donated anything to help find his son. It's become the game of telephone.
Kind of taken over the airways.
I hope Chris gets copies of this. Oh, he probably will.
Says Joseph Lesniak, who's representing Seth.
You should have heard her other ones,
including Bullhornbetty.
This is nothing. You should have heard her other ones.
Instead of keeping their eyes on the real important things here, which is finding this young man, Seth has continued actively searching for his son since he went missing on February 26th, when his mom and stepfather sat on their ass with their thumbs up it.
That's not true. Number one, Seth knows that Chris and him went out searching together at first. Also, Seth has misled everybody about how he was out there searching every day, when the fact is he had not been out there since Easter. There's very few searches being organized. He led everyone to believe he was out there every day, but that wasn't the facts. There's very little searching going on. Sorry. But there is. Y'all too into having vigils and meet and greet cookouts.
And still said he has not given up hope, despite this situation being one long nightmare. Searches have stretched as far as Western Tennessee. Many community members have also continued to aid in the search by putting up flyers. Be careful putting up flyers. Communist Sumner County likes to arrest people that do that. You
weren't arrested for putting up flyers, Betty. You were arrested for harassing, stalking, and threatening the parents and step-grandparents of a missing child. That's what you were arrested for. You were violated because you chose to violate the orders. No one else. Just you. It's not a communist county, Betty. They're just not going to put up with the likes of people like you And to them, Betty, you're nobody. They don't know who you are. You're a number. You're the next one on the docket. That's it. You chose to go into their state, their county, and break their laws. You suffer the consequence. Pretty simple.
If they put it up, if they put the flyers up without a smile.
See, I said I
As
wasn't
long as
going to
you have
review
a
this.
smile and say, we love the mom and stepdad, you don't have to worry about going to jail. But if you don't say it, or you tell them in your audience to go F themselves because something doesn't smell right.
That's not what you did, Betty. And that's not even close to what's happened.
Guess what? Go ahead and just put your hands behind your back after you put that flyer
That's
up,
your morning
because you're
coffee.
going to see an inside of a jail cell. Why? Because we're in communist Sumner County. Many community members have also continued to aid the search by putting up flyers and holding vigils, as well as other
Exactly,
gatherings.
handmade dolls.
In August, a group of people with Sebastian's Army gathered outside of Sumner County Sheriff for answers or updates in the investigation. I truly believe I was arrested to try to prevent that. So you know what I did? We bonded out of jail, and we made sure our voice was heard right in front of the place
Stop,
that wanted to
Baba.
violate
Okay, just a
my
minute.
rights. And if they're going to do that to me, there's no hope for this boy being found, because they clearly have their priorities all messed up. However,
Are you kidding me? Law enforcement has pulled out all the stops in this case. And they are still working the case, Petty, along with all the crap you people have caused to come their way. Congratulations, you were part of mucking up yet another case of a missing child. Good job, Betty. Good job. But law enforcement has done then some in this case, and they really have. Not only law enforcement, but private agencies like EquiSearch. There was Cajun Navy down there. There was all kind of searchers down there. You've got Stephen. He goes out all the time with his boat and does searches. And he does it because he cares, and for no other reason. You've got, him and SF and all them going down there. There's people trying to help. Even after everything and all you people keep doing, there's still people trying to help. Sadly, I don't see none of you doing that. Like I said, you'd rather have a cookout with hot dogs than go out and search. Maybe get a search team together, do the cookout to feed everybody at the end of the day after they're tired of a long day of searching. How about something like that? But no.
Little new information has been provided. Look at that beautiful smile. And his favorite snake, Brownie.
She sounded more and more like her hero,
punished him and took
Nancy
away.
Grade.
This boy was
Nancy
treated
Grace.
so barbarically from his family, his mom and stepfather. It's disgusting. And I'm going to say that as a statement of fact.
I'm sorry.
Here's how to kill bed bugs
Her
immediately.
dum-dum tried
But
to
there's
tell
one
me I
thing.
didn't see
What
what
about
I
the ones
saw.
that are
I told
hiding
them,
that
don't you
can't
dare. I'm
get
no
with a contact killer.
Uh-oh. What the hell happened? Oh, I don't want the ad. What the hell happened? Why did it go to the ad? No. Hey. What the heck happened? I don't want it this. How did I get to the ad? How the hell do I get off of the ad? Okay. That sucked. That was a weird thing. I'll just reshare. It jumped right to the freaking ad, man. I want to try that stuff, though. I've heard a couple of people I know have tried it, and it's safe to even put on your pets. So that Bug
As a
MD for
statement
fleas and
of
ticks,
fact.
because in Florida, fleas are bad. And Bubba, he, of course, has to be allergic to flea bites, and he rips his hair out to the poor thing until he bleeds. It's awful. So, and I've been using the oral treatments and stuff, but this stuff you can put directly on them, and you can use it in your house, and it's hard. I'm gonna get it and try it. Can't hurt.
He was punished barbarically. He's an autistic child. He
What?
didn't clean his room.
He was punished barbarically? Is she kidding me?
As a statement of fact. He was punished barbarically. He's an autistic child. When he didn't clean his room, he had to pack up everything, or his family came in there and threw everything in the garbage right in front.
No, Betty, that was a one-time thing. And you know what? That's where you not being a parent, you have no clue. I've done it. I wasn't abusive to any of my children, ever. But you bet when my son was a teenager, I went in there with a bag, and yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I've done it here. Yes, I have. And yes, that is not horrific abuse. She really needs mental
He had
health.
a snake taken away because he forgot to feed a snake or take care of a snake right. He was an autistic boy.
No.
Every time he
quit using his autism to define who he was. He was a 15-year-old teenager.
around, he was being punished for being autistic.
He was not being punished for being autistic. You idiot. Why would you say something like that?
Disgusting and sick. And the county could have done something to prevent this boy disappearing. And once again,
that's best. And it's safe to use in your house.
they chose to put their thumb up their butt and do squat to help this boy.
Oh my Lord.
And they're still protecting the people that hurt him the worst.
Betty, you have no idea about the CPS stuff. But there was CPS on both sides. Betty.
Fact check that.
Hey, Demon, Chihuahua.
We would like to see a PIO. That's a public information
They might be
officer,
Demon Chihuahua.
and just to see some updates. They could care less. Why? Because they're not working for this boy. They're working for mommy and stepdaddy. That's why. And if they're not,
What?
then they need to prove that, because the way the rest of the world
No, it's not the way the rest of the world sees it. Just you. Because you're pissed because you broke their laws and they are holding you accountable for that. Betty, you have no proof of any of this. And there is no way on this earth that Chris and Katie have that much money in pull to be able to have you arrested and put in jail. You're an idiot for even thinking that and saying it.
and it seems like they're working with the bad guys instead of the good guys. We got tips and stuff coming in, and we didn't know if law enforcement was following up on them, Seth said, but now we've got Dog's team. He has a whole team of attorneys, lawyers, and private investigators. At this point, my clients are focusing on getting leads and keeping the public and helping law enforcement in any way they can. This channel will only help the FBI. We'll only help the FBI because we have more support from the FBI than we do from the state law enforcement or the local law enforcement. I have been condemning TBI since the Summer Wells case. And so, there's a love-hate relationship there. I have absolutely condemned communist Sumner County for their practices. And I'm not talking about the worker bees. They have to follow the instruction of their commanders. And so I am a top brass type of person. I condemn the decision makers because they're the ones that are ultimately responsible for everything. And so I never want any beat cop, any investigator, anybody like that ever feeling like I'm condemning them, unless I am condemning them. Like I have absolute condemnation for Detective Lisa Byington, which has been part of this county for 20 or 30 years. But she lied under oath in statements for me. She's lied to the judge once, and she lied on an actual affidavit once. So it tells me that she is willing to do anything for an arrest, and that's scary when she has these big busts. So I'm going to make sure that we're front and center, and her name is rang out as much as possible, because I want to make sure that any defense attorney that has an affidavit from her really hones in on those affidavits, because she's willing to lie. We have proof she's willing to lie, and I'm not.
You don't have proof that detective lied about anything, Betty. Stop it. You did exactly what you were accused of doing, and you're still doing it. Just because you got in trouble You can't try to destroy all these people's lives and careers with your lies. Please, judge, give her 6 years. That's the other way around. Anyone who was on the case long before these mumbo jumbos for an injunction lawsuit is pulling BS. Can't wait for SF to expose more. Yeah. Haven't done anything. Having a barbecue, drinking, having a good time is not looking for Sebastian. Driving around the parking lot is not looking. No, it's not. That's what I said. Instead of doing that, why don't you organize searches? Real search. Go out and search.
I'm going to shut my mouth up about this factual information, especially in my experience and what I'm dealing with. In the initial days after Sebastian's disappearance, law enforcement carried out several massive search efforts near his home off Stafford Court and at the landfill in Kentucky, where trash went from his neighborhood. And I think that that's not accurate.
Oh, that's so sweet of you to do. That is so sweet of you to do. You do not call these people's private phone numbers. They cannot do anything. They could hurt that little boy if he's still alive. These people will end up hurting. You never know. Yeah, I just think that they go too far. Yeah, she did lie on the stand, little C, and the judge got her. Hey, Mystic. Good to see you.
We hear that that's
okay,
not the trash that the
pee.
neighborhood goes to. That's the trash that the construction site goes to. So I'd like some clarification because nobody's clarifying this and they're jumbling this up. And this is not the information that we have being boots on the ground. Month one was intense for the first half of it, Seth explained. It seemed like there were a lot of people on board trying to find Sebastian. And then it becomes a circus because you got the hate channels being paid to run interference. Neighbors were also asked to check their yards and any sign of the teen, and numerous search warrants were issued, with cell phone data analyzed and other digital evidence searched and documented. Still, those efforts yielded few clues as to Sebastian's whereabouts. In March, authorities announced they were scaling back the ground search to focus on more on the investigative side. You mean standing down side, because you got your taxpayers that you need to worry about before you worry about this child or non-taxpayers that are in your community. That's right. Of this case, by April, hundreds of tips had poured into TBI. One possible sighting was reported a few months later in North Carolina, but later dispelled by law enforcement. Other possible clues, a pair of glasses and a pair of sweatpants found during the search effort, have also turned out to be a bust. After announcing a new reward in August, FBI said agents are continuing to provide assistance to Communist Sumner County Sheriff's Office in a search for Sebastian. Another prayer vigil is expected to be held within the next month, and anyone who has information could prove helpful in finding Sebastian is urged to contact authorities.
Everyone who hates ads will be using this Chrome extension by 2025. I feel like I just found a Google cheat code. It's a Chrome extension called Pi that lets you either block ads or get paid to see them. But look what happens when I enable Pi. I don't know about you, but that was the most satisfying thing I've seen all week. I've never seen an ad.
We have 833 Tell Dog, and we have...
All right, guys, I had to let the dog take a quick pee, even though my husband will be home any minute. Well, hopefully any minute, and he can take him for a W, but I had to let him take a quick pee. He's old. I take him right before I go live, so he doesn't. But tonight, and he's still carrying it. He just wants out there. He's pissed. Let me back us up a little bit.
Expected to be held within the next month, and anyone who has information could prove helpful in finding Sebastian is urged to contact authorities. We have 833 Tell Dog, and we have tips.fbi.gov. I'm not giving Sumner County.
No, you need to give the tips to 1-800-TBI-FIND.
Number out, nor am I giving TBI's number out. And why am I not doing that? Because I don't trust any of them.
Yes, but he lies in her sleep.
I don't know if they'll ever get my love or trust back. I respected TBI during the summer.
I was watching Queen's Live from last night because I wasn't on YouTube last night. I was busy. But thank you, Remy. Thank you for posting that. Yeah, that's who you call. Don't call them, please. Call law enforcement. I was listening to Queen's Live I laughed so hard I damn near pissed myself. She was playing Truth, and Clue was on there, and I think Clue's fiance, husband, whatever, and there was someone else on there. She was cool. I liked her. She has a good vibe about her. I think her name's Kesha or something. But they were so funny. Truth did a good job. I laughed my ass off.
Summer Wells case, but I'm no longer willing to sell my soul to the devil and lie to my audience because let's face it,
Kesha,
every time
yeah.
we have a major
Straight
case
talker.
where a child's not found, what do?
I know, she just has a really, I like her vibe.
They decide we're going to scale back. We're going to the investigative side. And then nothing ever happens. Nothing.
Because they are investigating, Betty. It's still an open, active investigation. Runaways, this happens with runaways all the time, Betty. Sadly, but it does.
Nothing ever happens. The case just gets cold.
Stephen Crabtree, that's who else was on there. Yeah. He was playing, I guess, his version of SF.
This is a solvable case if somebody would get off their duff and solve the damn case. Get with...
Well, sadly, I had my glasses, or didn't have my glasses for half of it. It was because I was watching it after the bus stop and everything. So I need to go back and look because I couldn't see clear. But it was hysterical. I know that. And you can't get mad about that because there was no low blows. There was no nastiness. You know, it was just dirty and it was clean. Has she ever mentioned the MCE stat for those with... No, she has not, Remy. No, she has not that I'm aware of anyway. Let's just put it that way. Not that I'm aware of.
Foundation.
Okay. That, and hasn't Seth said in court docs he's only searched 4 times because, yeah, he sure did, but he's been searching night and day. And he led everybody to believe that he had been out there searching when in fact he had not. Just saying. I give the man grace because he's going through one of the worst things he'll ever go through. But that doesn't give him a pass to do the things he's done and continues to do and support. I just don't understand it, I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry, but I would not be picking this over my child. I would not be putting this before my child. And honestly, I would want to work, even though we didn't like each other. I would want to work with the other parent. Because let's face it, you need all the support you can get. You know? Now, 50% of those with ASD will go missing and run away by their 17th birthday. 25% logging them to cause concern. Thank you, Remy. Wow. I just wish he'd be found and returned home to his entire family that love him very much and miss him very much. And they all want him home. He has a whole family that loves him.
Get with Chris McDonough. I have high respect for Chris McDonough. I really do. You guys know he doesn't ever say anything good or bad about people.
Did Betty have something to say? I didn't listen to it yet. I seen it on my Twitter. I seen it on Twitter. There was a clip of her saying something about Duty Ron. I hope she didn't say nothing nasty about him. You know, with his cancer and stuff. I don't either, Catherine.
Betty, even if he did, I still have high regard for him
lived
and
in
what
Wisconsin,
he does.
Lake Geneva
I
area.
still
take
believe he's
care of you
actually
too.
an investigator, and he actually investigates, unlike these other so-called law enforcement on these platforms that are just YouTubers that try to say, oh, this, that, and the other. But
Betty, you're just a YouTuber. The law enforcement you're talking about, they are retired law enforcement with many years experience. Where's yours? Oh, that's right. You don't have any.
hey, I used to wear a badge, but I don't believe in upholding the Constitution of the
Right,
United
Lisa.
States. Like Duty Ron, sorry about his, maybe that's what's wrong with his brain. I don't know. You know, I wish him the best.
Yeah,
of
that
luck
kind of
with his-
pissed me off today because those comments were in BJ's chat. And BJ sat there, Brittany sat there and lied and said, no, yes, they were. That's that.
cancer treatment and everything. I never want anything bad to happen to anybody.
And no comment was ever in my chat that I am aware of about anything about going after someone's house and burning it up or whatever the hell she was talking about. But she purposely mentioned my chat, then said, well, I don't know. She's never even seen this comment. I've never seen this comment. I don't know anybody who has seen the comment. And if the comment did exist, whoever wrote it, you're an idiot. Don't do that shit. But I don't know.
But I would prefer somebody that says they're past law enforcement and a past investigator to actually investigate before they open the trap. Cancer or no cancer, I'm pretty much a equal person, right? Cancer or no investigator, but I would prefer somebody that says they're past law enforcement and a past investigator to actually investigate before they open the trap. Cancer or no cancer, I'm pretty much a equal person, right? I'm an equal opportunity person. I treat you as you treat me. I don't really care about your pity party, right?
What?
I'm sorry.
Are you kidding me? He wasn't having a pity. He wasn't having a pity party. You're gross, Betty. You are the low of lows, man. Wow.
Motion set aside. I don't care about the pity party. Do I don't want anything bad to happen to him? Of course not. I wish him the best. I hope he, has some, stuff that can help him. I had a very good friend of mine that had brain cancer, and she fought. I remember we used to have little things around the community, fight like Denise. She was in remission, and then it came back, and we knew, everybody knew once it came back, she wasn't going to have, that was said at the very beginning.
I got to change
Full coverage for just $39 a month? Seem too.
I got to change my description and just put it Betty. I knew I was going to end up listening to this because this end part.
She had a young son and a loving husband. And so it came back, and
just from today, a little bit ago, a few hours ago.
She knew, So I do, I feel bad. Don't
this
get
was
me wrong,
11
even
hours
in
ago.
my
But it was
disdain
today.
for his
I think it
commentary
was
and his
that long
lack of
ago.
investigative work, especially when it comes to me. But I would never want anything bad happening to anybody. But it could explain why he's being a little more disgruntled than he usually is. He usually rises above.
And you're going to ruin
Chris McDonough never says anything bad. I don't think he gets into
No, he's an ass. Yeah, okay. You can't compare the two. I would take Duty Run any day over McDonough. Sorry. Betty, you just ruined everything you said. You didn't mean it, and we know it. Your face says it all, and what you say afterwards says it all.
Too much. And not only that, I don't break the law. Am I loud? Am I obnoxious? Do I make my point and make sure that the victims are front and center?
Hey, Amy.
If that's a problem for an ex-law enforcement officer, I'm sorry. As far as ex-law enforcement is concerned, he ain't got it. Okay? I'm sorry. I know a lot of great law enforcement that actually like me, right? And they get it. They get it. And they support my freedoms, whether they agree with it or not.
Oh.
They support my freedoms, my right.
Oh my gosh. I just had, my heart just about stopped. I just seen the email thing come up and it said YouTube membership suspended. I'm thinking, huh? And I opened it and I had to get a new PayPal card. And it won't be here till, well, they said 7 to 10 days. So it'll probably be Saturday or at the latest Monday. And I forgot I have 2 subscriptions for like 99 cents each on that PayPal card. I got to go change that. I can't get a new number till I have it, but I can change it to a different one. Gosh, I was like, what? I mean, it's 99 cents, but they stopped the card because I misplaced the card. So I had to get a new one.
Free country and a free society. If you're not breaking the law, whether you like it or not, you accept it. And communist Sumner County wanted to try to prevent it. And it's disgusting because this is bred in their law enforcement. You can see it's in their DNA in that county. And so we're going to be working for the next probably 10 years on that county. They have no idea the hornet's nest that they kicked. They can throw me in jail for a year.
Oh, thank you for the $5 cash out. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, KCG. Hope you're feeling better. Hey, little Lulu.
2 shifts. They can do whatever they need to do to me, but I'm telling you, once it's done and over with, they're still going to have to deal with me.
Oh.
They're still going to have to deal with Bullhornbetty. I don't break the law.
Ma'am, you are facing 6 violations, 6 criminal charges because you did break the law. Betty, you've had multiple arrests. You do break the law. No big deal. I mean, it's a big deal, but you know what I mean. If she didn't break the law, she wouldn't be in this position. Has she ever been to New York? LOL. Betty is. Oh my God.
I don't break the law.
You do. You have. That's why you've been arrested. Just say it.
So after all this is done, just think about how much they just poked.
Okay.
I follow the law, and I will make sure that I push that Constitution to its breaking point in that community.
Okay.
When I'm exonerated, and when this case is finally moving in the right direction, when law enforcement...
Do you really think you're going to be exonerated? Betty, your own videos are evidence against you. You're not going to be exonerated, Betty. I don't know what the outcome's going to be, but I find it hard to believe that you're going to be exonerated and everything's going to be dismissed. I really do. And you're not making it easier on yourself. Like I said, I don't know what the outcome's going to be. That's up to the judge. That's up to the laws there. I don't know.
But in their political bullshit, get out of the way so that the case can be solved. Excuse my language, it's still a little hot topic. Because I am going to be facing possibly going to jail. And I tell you, if I'm being arrested, that judge is not going to like the information coming out of my mouth on the record. I will tell you that. Because it's a communist county. I'm going to keep calling it a communist county.
Go ahead and cut up in that courtroom, Betty. That wouldn't serve you any purpose. That would actually probably hurt you, Betty.
Until they start realizing...
Something tells me the attorney she had kind of told her the reality that there is a strong possibility she could end up doing a few days in jail to more. I don't think she liked it, and I would imagine he wanted her to shut up. So yeah, Betty knows in her mind. You can tell by the way she's acting. She knows there's a strong possibility she could end up in jail. Oh, wow. That's expensive. They charge you more in Canada? Yeah, I hear you. I get it, Art. I get it. Oh, it was just a 99-cent one. There was 2 of them. I just forgot about it. I'll take care of it before I get off here. Actually, the one I...
A constitutional right and constitutional freedoms that may not and shall not be infringed upon communist community leaders. So we will criticize, we will commentate. Guess what? We will raise our voice. We will even assemble. And there's not a damn thing the judge or the sheriff can do about it. Why? Because we're doing it constitutionally and properly and under the law.
No, you didn't. No, you don't, Betty. The Constitution does not give you the right to hinder other people's rights. It does not give you the right to attack, harass, and threaten people, Betty. Peaceful protest. No bullhorns out there screaming horrible, horrific things. Doesn't give you the right to do the things you've done. You do not. You think that Constitution is all about protecting your rights? It's not just about your rights, Betty. Victims and victims' families have rights. People, all people do. And you violate them every day. You're only for your rights and free speech when it in the amendment, First Amendment, when it pertains to you. You take everybody else's or try to take everybody else's away.
That's why they can't do anything about it. And they're trying to, because they're like, oh, you said we can't do anything about it. Let me show you. Okay, show me. Show me what you're going to do. Oh,
Little Donnie.
you're gonna break the law and violate people's rights. Just show me.
It's bad, throw button
Got it.
skipping. All right, let me stop.
Got it.
Let me try to reload it. Sometimes if I go out and come back in, it'll sound... See, that's not me. That's on them. I have no idea why I'm having such a hard time tonight. Someone say if she was being truthful and this was all about her actual First Amendment rights, I would support her 100, even though I can't very tolerate her. Yeah, I would too. Because it's not right to do to anybody. But I can't support Betty in this. I can't. What she did was wrong. What she's done to the Proudfoots, it's wrong. What she's done in other cases is wrong. But if it was truly her First Amendment rights and she's done nothing, yeah, even though I don't care for her antics, yeah, I would have. I would have stuck up for her. Because that would affect everybody. But the thing is, hers aren't being affected that way. It's because of her actions and her behavior. You cannot take someone else's away and do that to your, you can't trample all over somebody else's rights. Yours do not trump someone else. Okay, I did want to back this up. I hope this plays because there's only just like a couple minutes left. If not, I'll take it back to my phone. Let's try this again.
We will even assemble. And there's not a damn thing the judge or the sheriff can do about it. Why? Because we're doing it constitutionally and properly and under the law. That's why they can't do anything about it. And they're trying to, because they're like, oh, you said we can't do anything about it. Let me show you. Okay, show me. Show me what you're going to do. Oh, so you're going to break the law and violate people's rights. Just show me.
Much better? Okay.
Got it.
Her constitutional rights, exactly.
We're going to continue in this community. We're going to continue.
It's all about her and her rights. No one else has any rights. She can trample all over your rights. And it's okay. It's okay to do that. But don't you dare tell her. Betty doesn't even understand She says she knows the law and stuff, but Betty doesn't comprehend it. The high-pitched voice grates me. I know that voice. My cat's sitting here looking at me, got tails going 100 miles an hour.
You advocating for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, and we're going to continue.
They could, Fiona. I don't know
where it needs to be, because we've done the work. Law enforcement has done the work, and I guarantee you, they're
what work have you done? You mean to interfere, cause interference, and muck this case up? Oh, yeah, you've done that. You've done that. You've been instrumental in that. Yeah, I have to agree. Good job.
looking in the same place that I'm looking, but they're too busy trying to condemn me for saying it out loud. Enough said. Mic drop. All right, guys, you take care.
No, dear, that wasn't no mic drop, Betty. That was no mic drop moment, Betty. She got to call her own mic drop moments. You know? That lots mess up the meaning of constitutional rights, mostly the narcissist, lots of labs. Yeah. But she can mess it up all she wants. She might not like being in that jail cell, and that is a strong possibility. Like I said, I'm not the judge. I don't know what the outcome's going to be. Somehow on the 20th, I think Betty's going to try to get some kind of... Sorry, guys, I opened up a piece of licorice. Betty's going to try... I don't know. Maybe to get an extension. I don't know. I think she's going to try to pull something. I don't know. She might use the fact that, you know, she's got a new attorney. If she has one. I hope she's not going to try to do this herself. But I say she didn't like the attorney because the attorney told her the truth. And she didn't want to hear it.
Rock it out with your coffee beans out. We're here covering 4 major cases. We're covering more than the 4 major cases, but we're really passionate at this moment about the 4 cases we're covering. Today, we went over Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. We went over Leilani Simon. We went over Daniela Mendiola, and we just had the real Me Too up here explaining to us about the Leilani Simon trial. We were out there reporting on the Baby Q, Quentin Simon's case, waiting for mom to get arrested. And of course, they were dragging out and dragging out and dragging out to the point.
No, they were putting their case together, Betty. They were building a strong case that just put her away for the rest of her life. They were doing their jobs. And you people made it 100 times harder.
That we started realizing that this mother is not going to jail after murdering her child. And so we decided to go ahead and start advocating for this child and advocating for Leilani's arrest. And we started poking the bear a little bit. You know, we started going after the mayor, going after the chief of police. We started turning it from just being up there raising our voice to actually attacking the decision makers in this community. And that's when things started to take an ugly turn. That's when they started violating people's right and putting no loitering signs in a residential.
That is not violating anybody's rights. Those were county ordinances that were always on the books, Betty. You had no reason, or you were no one to call law enforcement out about anything. You're not relevant in the case. All you did was cause chaos, a freaking circus. That's all it was. I was pissed that law enforcement took 3 weeks to do anything about y'all. They should have nipped it in the butt the first week. They should have never let it get to where it did. Y'all the people that got arrested, rightfully so. Y'all were a nightmare for law enforcement. Stop it. And the things you said to that, to the family who didn't have anything to do with it. Paying a baby crying? There was neighborhood there. There was neighbors.
Area that needed to be legally challenged. They started doing hairy things when you started going after the politicians. much like Sumner County, because we are going after Eric Craddock and his crap leadership. And
Betty, you don't even live in that state, let alone the county. You're not doing anything. Stop lying to people. But that is a really good filter you're using. Because, man, what it's done for your skin. Anyway. Whatever, Betty. Good luck. You're going to end up in so much trouble. Law enforcement agencies are getting tired of people like you that hinder, interfere, muck up, cause chaos in these cases.
We are going after these people publicly. And what are they trying to do? I'm an outsider, not a taxpayer. Let's lock her up. Let's lock her up.
That's not what they did. You violated the law. You broke the law. You violated multiple protection orders. Even after being told not to. You're still doing it. So don't be surprised if there's not more charges. I don't know. You're violating it, though.
Let's not lock the people up that probably did something terrible to their child, but let's lock up the biggest critic for them. The biggest critic for them. And let's try to say that she's not media.
You're not media. You're wannabe media. You harassed, stalked, and threatened the Prophets and the Bowersocks on numerous occasions.
Great job. Great job. Yet I have cameras out wherever I go. Great job. So we'll be doing that, Betty. Oh, and this crackpot.
Is Voices still in here? I didn't see her. I haven't seen her comment. Hey, gosh dang B.
PI, this deceiver. I can't wait until we start getting into how this Yahoo got his PI license. We're going to be going.
Thank you so much. Wow. KCG gifted 10 memberships. Please thank her for the gifted membership. Welcome to both sides. You're a misfit like the rest of us. Thank you so much, KCG.
Going after those two, I have a funny feeling because he did some unscrupulous things to get that label. PI. We're coming for you, Bubba. We're coming for you. All right, guys. I love you. God bless. Rock it out with your coffee beans out. TGIF. Today is the first day of November. Is November going to be a Thanksgiving? We'll find out. A few days, about a week before Thanksgiving is. We'll see if Bullhornbetty is going to be in jail being thankful for the corruption of this community. Communist Sumner County, here I come. I'll see you, baby. November 20th. God bless.
Betty, you can act all you want. It is so obvious how scared you are. You are. And that's okay. You should. I would be. I'm not lying. I would be. So keep putting on your act. But that filter really changes your look. That's a good filter. Anyway. That was some crazy. She's nuts. The reason why her mouth is flapping like this is because she knows she's in trouble and she needs money. So she's trying to convince herself and convince her chat that she's done nothing wrong. Betty was so vile. What did you do to Billy? What she did to Billy Joe and her family? Oh, she was. She is Capricorn. She is deflecting the consequences of her actions. She's deflecting it. She's not taking responsibility for any of it. She thinks her chat is going to show up and cause a riot. Yeah. It's crazy. She has threatened the judge, Lisa, the investigator, that, yeah, she has. She's threatened the police chief's career, the judge's career, the detective's career. She wants to dig into her previous cases and try to get investigations. I mean, she said it all. She made threats to the judge's grandkids. I hope she didn't. Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right. My daughter. So, hey, KB. Hey, Heather. How you doing, KB? That's why the GoFundMe is in her friend's name. When she goes to jail, her friend can put the money on her book while she's in jail. But we reviewed it. Betty said out of her own mouth that GoFundMe was going directly to her attorney. How is that possible if it's going to Sonia and then Sonia's giving it to her? When does it go to the attorney? She said it was going directly to the attorney, that she was, yeah. I'll click that because I know we covered it. But I try to ignore myself because I know I'm crazy. I just don't want to listen anymore. Betty needs to not listen to herself. Oh my God. I have no idea, Demon. When it comes to Betty, I don't count anything out. I do not count anything out. But again, tonight, I wasn't planning on reviewing all that, but that end part, I'm glad I did. I wanted to go over the MMO video and a couple other things. Today was a day, woke up this morning to another shooting, multiple deceased, multiple injured. And it's like, when does it stop? When does it just stop? All the senseless murmuring. It's awful. See, and as long as she doesn't show up in Tennessee and she continues to threaten the judge, they can't really do anything until she shows up into town. Yeah. That's, I don't know. And then she steps into Tennessee, the threat will become real and she will be arrested. It's like with the Proudfoots. She can make all the threats until she's saying, oh, so you think they're waiting for her to step foot back in Tennessee? I don't know. Wouldn't make sense because that's an expense to extradite somebody. So that could be. I don't know. We all have to wait and see, but I don't know what the outcome's going to be. I just know that Betty's always managed to skate out of any kind of serious consequences for her actions pretty much her whole entire life. I eventually luck's going to run out, and it just may have. I don't know. This judge seems to go by the law, and and if he does that according to their own laws, yeah, she could end up in jail. Oh, Casual Art, thank you so much for the PayPal. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Wow, thank you. It's really sweet of you. You guys are too much. You guys have been awesome tonight. You've just been so... Thank you. Wow. I'll use it to cover my Restream because I will officially be signed with Restream for my monthly service as soon as I'm done with this. I'm done with StreamYard. Till they get it right. And it just seems they up the price and the quality goes down. And when companies sell, that's usually what happens. It is what it is. And then other days it works great. But who knows? I may have to bounce back and forth if they both have off days. Who knows? I'm just overdoing this. I think charges are adding. And she will get served with them on November 20th. At this rate, she could have hundreds of charges. Yeah, it's possible that she could be facing some more violations. Like I said, the judge may see it as violations. Yeah, in Orlando. Yeah. Then the local news broke about the FBI now manhunt in our area of South Carolina for a man who's wanted for a death in Tennessee. Oh, wow. It just never stops, does it? It's just like life has no meaning anymore. Has it been taken down yet after SS letter to the GoFundMe? I have no idea. I have no idea. I mean, who are we to have her GoFundMe shut down? If her supporters want to give her money to help her with her legal fees, nobody can tell somebody what to do with their MOLA. You know, I don't, but at the same sense, it's weird. Well, I mean, I wouldn't have done it, but I understand SF after, my battery might shut down. It's plugged in. What are you talking about? If it does, I'll just restart. It won't take me but a second, or maybe I'll just end it. It's still up. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I understand him because she did go after his business. She went after his livelihood. She filed false complaints against his PI license. She has slandered him and his business up and down. You know, I mean, you can't say it's okay for one to have, I don't know. I think she needs to be a little bit more honest with her audience. She needs to let them know the real, you know, and she's not going to, because in Betty's mind, Betty did nothing wrong, and it's just stepping all over her rights, because in Betty's mind, in her distorted reality, she has a right to do and say anything she wants to people. She has a right to defame and slander people, get them fired, go after their businesses, because her Constitution gives her that right in her mind. It gives her the right to stalk, threaten, and harass people, and have others do it as well. She doesn't understand that that's not what the Constitution is about. And it doesn't say the Betty Constitution, the Bullhornbetty rights. They can't do it on GoFundMe, though. It's against their terms of service. It is. Yes, you're right. And it is against their terms of service, because what she's raising funds for are criminal. It's not civil, it's criminal. So it is against their terms of service. So if GoFundMe shuts it down, that's on GoFundMe. You know, they're making the decision. I just, you know, it's a tough situation. It is, because it's not something I would have. I didn't encourage anybody to report anybody's stuff, because, you know, for what? Really? I mean, you're just going to get them more attention and more sympathy. Oh, look at how they're going after you. Look at how they're bullying you. Yeah. Oh, she's actively breaking the law still. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's crazy. Think that you totally did nothing when you know you have, and they've used your own videos as evidence. And I do have to admit, that 9-minute video, I did have a little question about. I think it should have been in it, you know, maybe it wasn't in its entirety with the judge. I don't know. I think there should have been a little more to that, but, you know, that's just me. Hey, Tebow. They are all adults. They can verify the information. The rest is up to them. Yeah. You can see BHB is now on there as beneficiary. Ooh. But because she's threatened the judge and his children, if she comes to Tennessee, she most likely will go to jail and will be arrested on the spot. Well, she has threatened them. She has threatened their careers. I've heard her threaten their careers, their livelihoods. Yeah, I haven't heard her threaten the children or grandchildren, but I have heard her go with them really hard. You know, the communist county. Oh, that's so funny. Honestly, she must enjoy being a criminal, in my opinion. Hey, Glenda. She loves the chaos. That's what she thrives on it. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't want to be tied up with law enforcement and stuff and all these legal cases. Oh, heck no. Jeez, no way. Life is too short. And to be doing... no. I'm not going after no one's job. I don't want people to lose their channels. I'm not signing no petition for that stuff. I wouldn't put one of them up. I think she should have been honest with her chat and honest with GoFundMe. And then let them decide whether or not she should have put up a fundraiser if it did violate their terms of service. I don't know. Is that if you're raising money for the defense of criminal charges, that's against their terms? It is. Yeah, I read them. It is. So they could very well take hers down. I don't know how long. I don't know anything about GoFundMe other than what I've read, you know, about the terms and stuff. I don't know how long it takes them to act on something like that. I don't know. The 20, yeah, they're telling her to ask for another judge. Ask for another judge for what reason? What reason? You don't have a legitimate reason for holding this up and asking for another judge to take on another case. You don't have, there's no way. You're never going to be able to prove bias or any dirtiness. You're just not. Your daughter dressed up as Sally from Peanuts. Oh, the entire trombone section dressed up as Peanut characters. Oh, I bet that was good. Oh. You may need to update your phone, dear. Apple went through and update, and then after I updated it, my battery was better. Oh, I don't have Apple. I have a generic cheap phone. I have a generic cheap Android. It really is a cheap generic Android. I think I'm going to ask Santa Claus for a decent phone. I think it's time. And you can get really good deals on Amazon. You know? That he's going to the pokey. Yeah. Bet they had fun. Yeah. That sounded like fun. I would like to have seen that. That's cool. All dressed up as Peanut characters. Yeah, that would be cool. My husband found the picture on Instagram. She has videos saying it's not the judge's fault until she got caught perjuring herself and lost her motion. Yeah, and then she, because the judge followed the law, the judge is now wrong. I doubt hers will be taken down in the description. It doesn't say anything about the criminal aspect, just the 4 ROs, which technically are civil. I don't know. They may take them down. They may take it down because it may technically be civil, but there's criminal actions now on those 4 ROs. Now his complaint is He told the truth. He did. Yeah, see, stand with Betty, protecting truth and freedom. Ooh, that's not what it's about. See, that's why I don't know. I'm sorry about that, guys. Everything just shut down. That was freaking weird. Everything just shut up. Sorry about that. I did forget to plug in my laptop, and then I plugged it in, but I think it's weird. If I plug it in when it's at the end, it won't acknowledge. It'll still go off, and then restart. It's weird. For a moment. So if the money, because the money went in, it was transferred out. I don't know. I do not think Eddie's going to reach her goal. Which is funny. She got mad because Granny reached it way before she could. Hey, Tim. You're popping with fireworks? I'm tired, though. It's been going on for hours. Oh, I know. I dreaded that, too. The 4th year is crazy with my neighbors. It goes on for the whole weekend. I got up, go out to eat on Thursdays at Burrow, so they get a win. Oh. Okay. But I've been on here a long time, guys. I want to thank you all for hanging with me. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you're not subbed up, sub up. You also can become a misfit like the rest of us. Hey, Denise. Good to see you. We're getting ready to leave. But thank you. Oh, I like that name. Anyway, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the memberships and the PayPal. I appreciate that very much. Your support is amazing. It does mean a lot. What happens if she took money out? It gets canceled and GoFundMe refunds everyone. Does she have to pay it back? I would imagine. I don't know. That's okay, Dan. I appreciate you popping in. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know how that would all work. You would think so. I don't know. But everybody, you have a good Friday. You be good on these YouTube streets. I'll be seeing you around. I don't think I'll be live tomorrow because we got a lot of stuff going on. I might on Sunday. That's still kind of iffy. I don't know. But I'll be seeing you around. But thank you, everybody, for hanging with me. I really appreciate you, mods. You're amazing. Thank you, chat. I appreciate you all. Have a good night, everyone. Stay safe. Bye, all.